This is Mark chapter 12 and verse 29. Yahushua answered, the first of all commandments is, Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Shema Yasha'Allah, Yahweh, Elohayinu, Yahweh, Echad, Amen.
All right, shalom. Shabbat shalom. So tonight's lesson, I want to get through it. So I ask that you hold precepts, but if you do have a precept that come up, write down, note, with a precept, note, only because this lesson it has to flow according to how I framed it. If you get what I'm saying, for it to make more sense. So if I get a precept thrown out, I don't want to have to jump back and have to re-explain something. So, and that's not to say in the future classes there's not going to be any precepts. I'm saying just specifically for this class, just if you have a precept, just write down, note when you had a precept and expound further on it. And then when you do bring out a precept, expound on it. Because sometimes I know where you're going, but sometimes you may bring out in the spirit exactly the direction the spirit want to take you and understand it. And then questions. Hold the questions for the end. Okay? Right? If we're allotted the time, because we got started a bit late. But I was thinking about this topic, who is Lucifer? Because there was a class on Clubhouse. Sometimes I like to bring clarity on who is Lucifer, Satan. So people just come up on stage and they just start going back and forth. And there's people in the audience and they don't understand what's happening. Well, they don't know who to side with. So I said, you know what? Let me go into the topic of who is Lucifer. Now, Satan was also mentioned. Who is Lucifer? Satan, we're talking about the fallen angels. But this lesson is so in depth that I'm not going to combine Satan and the fallen angels. So I just said, who is Lucifer? Now, does Satan have anything to do with Lucifer? Of course. He is the spiritual intellect that is controlling, well, he's the puppet master of Luciferianism. Okay? You were born into a world that is created and founded by Luciferians. Okay? When you came into this world, you learned how to walk before you crawled. Then you went to preschool. You played with toys. You learned the ABCs, right? But everything that you learned, all the cartoons you watched, had subliminal messages in it. It was very cryptic, okay? And your mind subconsciously was being framed to become a Luciferian, okay? One who was, quote unquote, enlightened with knowledge, with education. Now, education is what you're indoctrinated with. Intellect is your intelligence. Okay, there are people without education who are highly intelligent, right? But there are people who are educated and indoctrinated. So when you went to grade school, then you went to and you graduated, right? You wanted to go into college, okay? And in college, you go to certain academies. The word academy comes from the Greek word academia, which means groves, okay? It's very fraternal when you start going into college and you start learning, okay, this is what this society is about. Then you go into a crossroads, they say, hey, come in this door. Let's talk about the secrets of our society. Then you start learning, oh, crap. I did not know the world was this dim. And what I'm exposed to now, I'm being enlightened with information that I never knew was there. And this is how the elites have power. And I can have success and I can have power if I join and make a covenant with with this new knowledge that I was introduced to. Then you cross stage after hiding in those secret places and joining that frat group, and you receive your bachelor's degree, right? Which is Bacchus Laureatus, which is the worship of the god Bacchus. But the ancient Greeks and Romans did what? They worshipped Bacchus, right? And they had all types of orgies for him. And he was the god of man, boy, love. That's why fraternities do what?
Rituals.
They do rituals and have homosexual orgies, bestiality, and also these interns that go in there and they're fondling and initiating these young boys. That's how they get to the top. And Bacchus's symbol, his plant that he would carry is the ivy plant. That's why you have the Ivy League schools. So then you graduate college with your bachelor's degree, which is Bacchus Laureatus. So you wouldn't have known that if you didn't study ancient history. And this is what these principles are founded upon, that were founded in ancient Babylon. Ancient Babylon, the Tower of Babel in the Bible, when it was being constructed and built, they built the system for you to worship, for you to follow. They created your education. They created the pantheon of the gods. The Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday calendar system. And they enlighten you with knowledge that was what we call left-hand knowledge, that opposes right-hand knowledge. But what did Lucifer say? Okay, in Isaiah 14, right? Lucifer proverbially, right, being the system, right, and the head of Luciferianism, he said, I'm going to be like the Most High. So that means the knowledge that the Lord had is set up from the beginning. The Lord is the king of all knowledge. He is the creator of knowledge. He's the creator of time. He's the creator of everything. So how could someone come outside of his creation and say, you know what? I don't want to deal with this. I want to create something new. Goodbye, creator of the universe. You're still in this universe. So what do you have to do in order to oppose it? You can only pervert that knowledge that he created from the beginning. You can't go outside of it. This is why when Israelites say, that six-pointed star, it's not a star, it's wicked. We're going to start off in Wisdom of Solomon 4. Okay, 4. Wisdom of Solomon 4, I believe it's verse 10. Right? I'm just giving you an example. It's a preface to who is Lucifer, right?
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4 and verse 10.
Come.
He pleased God.
Oh, verse 12.
Verse 12. For the bewitching of naughtiness doth obscure things that are honest.
See, the bewitching of naughtiness, which means the desire of naughtiness and to do evil and wickedness, doth obscure the things that are honest. In the beginning, God created everything, and he said, and all that God created was good. Nothing was wicked or deemed corrupt. Everything was in its pure form. He created the swine, but it was good in its pure element, not on your frying pan. Right. Your shrimp, it cleaned the ocean. That was good. Right? You see, when God created everything, there was a wisdom, okay, and a knowledge and an understanding that was honest. But due to the bewitching of naughtiness, it obscured the things that were pure, that were honest, that were good in the beginning. Because Satan, right, Lucifer, right, he cannot go. And I say he, I'm speaking in a proverbial sense, like in Revelation 13, it says he has power to draw fire from heaven. Okay, that is the knowledge that Lucifer was able to be able to drop a nuclear bomb on God's beautiful creation. He was able to pervert that which was good in the beginning to create something like the nuclear bomb. Right? And that's where we are today. We're in a world where where Lucifer, the son of the morning, lifted up, saying he wants to be like the Most High. He's going to ascend into heaven. Who does that sound like today? So-called white man. Okay? But the white man, he's only seated on the throne of Babylon. He's the king of confusion today. But there was a king of confusion back then. But it was just simply passed down through the ages, this knowledge and this intellect and this wisdom on the left-hand side, however. Okay? So now you have the six-pointed star, quote unquote. It's a shield. It's the name of David. That's six-pointed. Are we to say the lily is evil? What about a snowflake? What about the rainbow? Will anybody here wear a rainbow shirt today?
Nah.
Why?
Because it's perverted.
Thank you. It's perverted. So is the shield. Who perverted it?
Fake Amalekites.
Sodomites.
Right.
But what if God, the throne, the rainbow is literally before the Most High's throne. But why is it now used for the symbol of homosexuality in the LGBT community? Yeah. Because by the bewitching of naughtiness, it does obscure the things that are honest. God said, hey, look in the sky, you see that bow, I'm not going to flood the earth anymore with promise. He's not going to flood the earth anymore. He made that covenant with Noah and his sons, and we are the sons of Noah. And so he's not going to flood the earth. But when you see a rainbow, you know, wow, that's God's bow. But when you see it on the flag today, it's month of June. I'm doing deliveries, and I see flags on every doorstep. Rainbow flags. But see, that's all due to what? Luciferianism. And even if people are not homosexuals, they'll still support it. Why? Because they are under that helm of enlightenment, quote unquote, enlightenment. Okay? So we're going to begin with some of that understanding as a preface. You know, I like to go over prefaces so everybody will sum it up all in the end. Okay? Yeah. All right, so we're going to first, Apiyat, give me the first link. And he said his computer's a bit delayed. So if there's any problems, well, I'll let you know. Con, you go on read nothing. So there's Lucifer. First and foremost, Lucifer is Latin, right? In the Hebrew, it's Allah. Okay? And we're going to read what it means. Okay? Go ahead.
The name Lucifer. Lucifer is the Latin name for the morning appearances of the planet Venus.
See that? So, before the sun even rises, now we got all types of pollution. We can barely see the sun now. Right. Why? Because there's literally forest fires in Canada, and the smoke is following the wind currents all the way to us, and it's blotting out the sky. Right. They're saying that you got to wear masks again because we're breathing in all types of poisons. I mean, this world is finished, right? Everything that God said in the beginning that was good, it's being destroyed before God because of Luciferianism, because of the worship of wickedness and evil. And it's being lifted up and exalted, right? With this knowledge that the Lord said from the beginning to Adam and Eve, don't eat of this, don't consume of this knowledge. Okay? It's in the garden, but don't play with it because it is going to become what we see today. Right? So before the sun rose in the morning, you would see Venus, the planet, well, star, okay? And the circuit of Venus is actually the circuit of the pentagram, okay? The five-pointed star, that's the circuit of Venus, right? Ancient times, they understood that's how it would circuit the heavens. So now when you see these Satan worshipers who on the left-hand side, the children of darkness, they're standing on pentagrams and evoking all types of spirits, etc. Okay, knowledge that was taught from Babylon, right? Because they're worshiping that star Venus. Okay, so that's why it says Lucifer is the Latin name for the morning appearances of the planet Venus, but it's very biblical as well. We're going to get into that. Okay, go ahead.
It corresponds to the Greek names Phosphorus, which means light bringer, and Eosphorus is dawn bringer.
Dawn bringer means it is the pinnacle of the day. It's the first light that appears when it dawns. Even right before this, when you remember in Lion King when the sun rose up. Remember that? I gotta be funny. Come on, wake up, y'all. Wake the hell up. All right. Before Hasa went, y'all, Baba Kisamaba, right? Yeah. Before that, you would see the star Venus. Okay? That was the beacon of light before the sun. Okay? Now, a lot of times, a lot of people can't understand the knowledge of the Bible and the Most High's duality, but I'm going to say this very boldly. The original light bearer, the original Lucifer is Yahweh Shai.
Right.
Okay? And we are the original Luciferians. We are the original light bearers. The book that we hold up today as God's word, it's supposed to teach us how to bring forth light, how to be beacons of light. But what did the left hand powers do? They tried to infiltrate and become you and say, we are the beacons of light. Do as thou wilt. God doesn't want you to be happy and free. The garden he made, you could have more pleasure. You want to feel good? Hey, put this and this together. You'll get evil. You'll be zooted. Right? Now people are falling for the trick bag. Right? Go ahead.
The entity's Latin name was subsequently absorbed into Christianity.
Say that again. Absorbed where?
Absorbed into Christianity.
Say that again.
Absorbed into Christianity.
Lucifer is not a person with horns and goat feet under the ground, poking people in fire. Right? But Christians would think that the Lucifer in Isaiah 14 is going to be cast down into a subterranean region and burned forever. Prior to that, he fell from heaven. Right? He was the choir director in heaven and said, joy. They black. Right? Stacey Adams on. Then he looked at God and got jealous, and then he caused all a third of the heaven. That didn't happen. Okay? That's for another topic, though. That's the fallen angels lesson. But we're going to deal with what Luciferianism is. Okay? But that's not what Isaiah 14 is explaining. Okay, go ahead.
Absorbed into Christianity as a name for the devil.
As a name for who?
For the devil.
See? But when we say devil, we understand the devil is the deceiver.
Right.
So-called white man today. He's the double-tongued being. He was the one that hearkened to the knowledge of the serpent. Right? Now, when Cain, for example, let me give you an example. Cain was a vagabond and a fugitive, and he was supposed to be judged sevenfold. He was not judged sevenfold, but the Lord put a mark on him. So we could look at him and say, there goes Esau, Queen Suocha. It means white devil. Like in Ace Ventura Part 2. Right? When he went into the woods and those people look like the people of the earth. That's the devil. He put a mark on Cain so everyone could see, look, y'all, this is the devil. I'm burning him off the planet. Okay? He said, Lord, everyone that see me gonna kill me. Well, you killed your brother. So now Cain, he dies. And why do you think the Lord says to Rebekah, twins are in your womb, the elder shall serve the younger? That's judgment. Because Cain is prototype Esau. So you know what? You two are going to come back and you're going to serve your brother. And your brother's going to eternally judge you. How about that? That's called reciprocity. Okay? Because Cain, the Lord said from the beginning, sin lieth at the door. And so the so-called white man, he has a sin bag right outside his door. Okay? And he's supping with Satan. Satan is his right-hand man. Meaning all the influences that come from the adversary, he has taken the seat and taken the throne because that's what has been given to him with all the intellect and knowledge that when the Bible says he shall seek and accomplish a diligent search, the white man has searched out this whole planet and studied every race to conquer the whole planet and take the torch and say, now let's rock this one till the wheels fall off. As the Luciferian, right? Yeah. He's the devil. Not what the Christians are saying, this being that's underground that you're going to meet. No, he's on the planet deceiving with the torch on the left-hand side, claiming to be the enlightened one. He's got our people deceived, saying there is no God, right? We came from monkeys. This the Israelites believing in this nonsense. Israelites following this new LGBT movement, Black Lives Matter, etc., etc. I'm a Democrat. I'm a Republican. Playing with masonry, the red against the blue. That's why there's a red corner against the blue corner, the Republican against the Democrat. That's all ancient Egyptian and Babylonian mysticism. But our people are swimming in that, basking in that knowledge, enlightened with that. This is why we got to understand the purpose of Yahweh Shah. Right? Go ahead.
Modern scholarship generally translates the term in the relevant Bible passage, Isaiah 14 and 12, where the Greek Septuagint reads, morning star or shining one. Rather than as a proper noun, Lucifer, as found in the Latin Vulgate.
See, in the Latin Vulgate, it was Lucifer. But Lucifer is simply the title or the noun for morning star or shining one, which was the planet Venus in ancient times. Okay, in the Near East, they understood that that was the planet Venus. The morning star was the morning star. Okay? Let's go to Isaiah chapter 14, verses 4.
Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 4. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? Right. The golden city ceased.
Right. So this is the judgment that was written for the king of Babylon. Now we know Babylon took many different paradigms, took many different evolutions, evolved into many different things. That's why the Bible calls America today, which is proverbial Babylon, what? The excellency of the Chaldees. The Lady of Kingdoms. Now, when the prophet saw, remember when John saw a revelation, when John saw the revelation of the whole riding the beast, John was like this. Because the angel said, John, why dost thou marvel? Why are you marveling, John? The whole world is marveling. When I lived in Egypt, there was people like, wow, you live in America? I was asked many times, there's gold streets over there? I said, gold streets where, in Hartford? In Hartford, there's gold streets? This is the story, this dream world, because this is the excellency of all of the kingdoms combined right here. All of the nations came together and established America, their corporation, in 1871, right? And this is what everyone dreams to become here, liberal, free. That was established during the times of Nimrod, the mighty hunter that goeth before the Lord. Okay? He's the one that's set up a system for all of the emperors, sultans, prime ministers to follow throughout the dispensations of time and subdue the earth. Okay? And it's deemed as a system of light for all of the world to follow, when over here is a remnant that's waking up, understanding that this is not the true light that entered into the world. But Yahweh Shai was the true light. He's the true morning star. He's the true pinnacle of the day, the pinnacle of the dawn. Okay? And we're going to get that understanding. So, pursuant to verse 4, when it says that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon. So the king of Babylon is the one who is controlling this earth. Nimrod, the mighty hunter. Then you had the ancient Egyptians, the pharaohs, right? This is the serpent that is in the midst of the garden. Then you had what? Shortly after Egypt, you had the Neo-Babylonian kingdom. Then you had the Achaemenid Empire, the Medes Persians. Then you had the Greco-Roman, right? But they all did what? They all had the same pantheon of worship, but it just evolved into what we see today. So the original Luciferians, secularly, are the ancient Babylons. The ancient Egyptians took that. They took the zodiac. They took the calendar. They took all of the mysticisms, and we're still following that today. But we're going to take up this parable, this proverb, excuse me. How hath the mighty city, the golden city, ceased, the oppressing city? Because this system was built systemically to oppress the Hebrew people. Okay? To oppress those who were called, right? And those who were given a promise from their God. And they know this on the left-hand side. They know that the Israelites are going to receive a kingdom forever. According to Numbers 24, verses 17, they know that there's going to be a star that's going to arise in Jacob. It's going to break the hand of the wicked, right? It's going to rule over all of the kingdoms, and his kingdom, the scriptures say, is going to be higher than Agag's. Now, who is Agag? The king of the Amalekites, the fake Jewish people today. And we're going to lift up a proverb and say, how has the king of Babylon, that oppressing city, ceased? Because God destroyed it. Okay? It's not going to be a system of oppression anymore. It's going to be a righteous kingdom, a righteous earth.
That's right.
Right? Jump down to verse 12.
Verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer?
Now, no, start from verse 9.
Verse 9. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming.
Now, this, in these times, okay, this is, remember, the Bible is multifold and speaks in double wisdoms, right? Now, this is talking about Nebuchadnezzar. But Nebuchadnezzar is the simple title of the king who sat in Babylon. the protector of Nebo. Okay? He sat on that seat. Then you had Cyrus. If you read any of his annals concerning when he killed Nabonidus or Nabonide, he has annals of calling himself the epithet of the protector of Marduk. Right? And how he was chosen to be anointed for that seat as the king of Babylon, or the king of Persia, or the king or the sole ruler over the earth. He was a Luciferian, and a torch passed to him. And so on down the different dynasties throughout the ages. And now, where's the torch? You can just go right to Ellis Island in New York City. Okay? This is the seat of Satan, America. Okay? America is the modern day tower that all nations have built that are coming to. Well, you can practice your religion, or you can practice your sexual orientation. That happened in ancient times, but now we in the end. So this is speaking multifold. So when it says, hell from beneath thee is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming, hell from beneath thee means destruction coming from those who you oppressed. The Lord is going to turn the tables. And now he's going to use those who you oppress to judge you. Right? Go ahead.
Even all the chief ones of the earth, it hath raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations.
Now, all the kings of the nations, give me Revelation 17 and 17. Destruction. Right? Because what's going on in the news right now? America is trying to go in every nation and pervert it, control it. Right? Raising prices on oil over there. I think they shut off France's energy. They're tired of America. So the Lord is raising up all of the chief ones, all of the kings of the earth to destroy America and utterly, eternally judge the kingdom of Babylon. Okay? Which is America today, and that ancient secular structure that was set up in ancient times under Nimrod. Khan? All right, go ahead.
This is Revelation chapter 17, verse 17. For God hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree, and to give their kingdoms unto the beasts, until the words of God shall be fulfilled.
You see, when the words of God are fulfilled concerning the judgment of America, the judgment of Babylon, right? It was all due to the Lord putting in the hearts of these kings who are coming together right now to eat of America's flesh, meaning destroy our economy, right? Turn their back on America and have one currency for themselves and leave America out hot and dry, right? And then eventually aim all their nuclear missiles to this place and destroy it with fire. The Lord put that in these kings' hearts. Because from the days of Isaiah, we know that Babylon, or that system of Babylon has to be destroyed. It has to be an end to it. Because they're still trying to erect that Babylonian system, Luciferian system, like a wart. It keeps coming up in the earth, and you're like, man, you got to pop it and just come right back. That's Babylon to the earth. But the Lord is going to utterly destroy this place. Right? But there's all sorts of Luciferianism and principles and ideologies right here in America that everyone is flocking to. Okay? That's why this place was likened unto what? A cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Every unclean and hateful spirit flocks here. The apex predators in the sky, the ones that's flying the G5s, the private jets, those birds flying right here in America to make their money, commit pedophilia, right? Steal from you, change laws, gamble, live lasciviousness, and then fly somewhere else. That's an unclean and hateful bird. That's the rich of this world. They're waxing rich from the backs of the Israelites right here. Okay? This place is going to be eternally judged, but this place is circling because of Luciferianism. And the Lord is going to eternally judge it, right? Go ahead.
We want to jump back
Verse 10. Isaiah 14.
Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 10. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us?
See, when the so-called white man in his kingdom falls, when the host of heaven fall, according to Isaiah 34 and 4, he's going to sit in the dust, because that was prophesied to happen to the serpent. Remember, the Lord cursed the serpent and said, you're going to crawl on your belly and lick up the dust. That's where he was supposed to remain from the beginning. But now he, being the murderer, being the thief, shedding the blood on the planet, has embraced Babylonianism and Luciferianism, and now the world is what we see today at its all-time worst. The brink of extinction, mankind. We're breathing in smoke fumes from Canada. We know he's setting that on fire. Right? He's got radiation in the ocean. All his knowledge, give me 2 Esdras 9 and 20. All his knowledge that he's brought into this world, in Job 5 and 13. All his knowledge that he's brought into this earth is only destroying us, the animals, and himself. Okay? 2 Esdras 9 and 20.
It's the book of 2 Esdras, chapter 9, verse 20. So I considered the world, and behold, there was a peril because of the devices that were coming to it.
See? He considered the world, much peril was in the world, much danger, because of the devices that were in it. What's a device that's in here now? The gun. People shooting and killing each other left and right.
Right.
Drugs. Intercontinental ballistic missiles. Cell phones. All cancerous types of technologies. Remember, German technologies, the wise men of Teman. Those are the scientists of Edom, the so-called white men scientists. The Nazis. Okay? This is all technology and military intel. And you think it's just a regular cell phone. This was planned by elite, wicked Masons. Okay? But the Lord has a greater plan. Go ahead.
This is Job chapter 5, verse 13. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness.
See, he's going to take these wise scientists in their own craftiness. Go ahead.
And the counsels of the froward is carried headlong.
See, and the counsels of the froward is carried headlong. Meaning when they sit down in these councils and they have these meetings, of the next meeting we're going to push homosexuality. Guess what? You're froward, meaning you have no consideration for the Lord's judgment. You're puffed up. You're against the Most High in His creation. Your frowardness is like you diving head first off of a skyscraper, like they was doing in the times of the Depression. Man, them white men were jumping out them damn skyscrapers, killing themselves. All praises, right?
That's right.
Headlong off your own building. You at the damn top. You was taking prostitutes up there, cheating on your wife up there. You had money long up there. You was snorting coke up there. You was sending emails, all type of stuff up there. In that penthouse, right? G5, come out. I'm going to my penthouse. That same penthouse, you done stepped off the damn windowsill and jumped headlong off. Killed yourself. Right? That's what's happening to the white man. His kingdom is crumbling. Right? No, let's go back to Isaiah 14.
Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 10. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vials. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee.
Meaning, he is going to be judged eternally. Okay? He's going to be decayed. His civilization is in the age of decadence. It's crumbling. Okay? Go ahead.
Verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning?
So we know that the so-called white man, he is the pinnacle of this society today. He dictates what time it is. Okay? He said, no more first day, second day. It's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Hey, your kids have to go get educated by me. All right? Monday through Friday. 6 hours a day. Majority of the day, the kids are with the white man. And they're not at home being educated by their mother and father. White man said, no, that's not your house. You're just borrowing it.
Right.
Right? That's not your yard neither. That fishing pole, you try to, no, do you have your fishing license? Right? You want to drive your little car on the road? Do you have your license to drive on my road? Where's your identification card? I need to know what plantation you came from. Let me see your last name.
Just about to say that.
He is the morning star, proverbially. Well, he's calling himself that, alluding to him trying to be like God. However, he's antichrist. He don't want to hear about that black Messiah. He don't want to hear about blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans rising up with vengeance in their heart, ready to take back their rightful seat and position.
That's right.
As long as we have the mercy seat in that Ark of Covenant and that safety, we're good. The white man has no hope. So the whole world is going to say, all this hope you had to build America, look how your pomp is brought down to the grave and the worms cover thee. Okay? The Bible is speaking very poetically and in metaphors and proverbs. But we're going to expound and bring out the spirituality of this book. God? Go ahead.
How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning?
Now, what is heaven in this sense? Rulership, dominion, high place. Okay? When the scriptures say, our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom what? Come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So earth is supposed to parallel the glory of heaven. When you wake up, you ain't supposed to think about slavery and work and white men and lifting boxes and poking, getting needles poked in you. You're not supposed to be thinking about that. This place was a paradise. But see, this is the white man's paradise. Darkness and evil is his paradise. He loves it. This is his heaven. This is his time. Because he was blessed to have this space. Right? But he's going to fall from that heaven. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations?
See, he weakened the nations with his power. Everyone who wants to have success, fame, glory, and all the toys in life, they have to go through the gatekeeper, who is a so-called white man. Especially the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American man. You can't have nothing unless you give him a blood sacrifice. Compromise. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 13. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north.
Keep going.
Verse 14. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
Go ahead.
Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms?
There you go. Next verse.
Verse 17. That made the world as a wilderness.
See, he made the world as a wilderness.
Well, hello, everyone. Welcome and thank you for joining me.
Like, I don't even know why my phone's doing that.
Thanks.
Made the world as a wilderness.
Concrete jungle.
Right? No. Wilderness means vague, no life. Okay, go ahead.
That made the world as a wilderness, and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners.
See, open not the house of his prisoners, meaning the so-called white man Esau has souls captivated in his system. Listen, man, if a brother go to the courthouse and say, listen, I want to pull my record, he got a record of since you was 9 years old.
Right.
Your doctor's medical records, he got that, right? He's tracking you. Okay, you thought your medical records was on and on paperwork? No, he's updated and got you in a digital system now. He know how much money you make.
Right.
Right? If you stop working, you're going to diminish. If you stop working for the white man, the Lord put you in this, right? He has you under this false, self-proclaimed light being, when he's a being of darkness, right? Let's jump back to verse 13. What did he say in his heart? Let's go back to verse 13.
Verse 13. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven.
Who's trying to create rocket ships, right? Increase taxes so he could create rocket ships and all types of sciences to go where? To rocket ships to go up into heaven. Who's doing that? Who's saying we're going to go up into heaven, showing movies and them Star Trek, Babylon 5, Fifth Element, they're in space. Who's saying they're going to go into the heavens? They're going to fight this invasion that's coming. That's the pomp of the so-called white man, the modern day Luciferian, who has multiplied wickedness in the minds of men and women and children. Right? Go ahead.
I will exalt my throne above the stars of God.
What are the stars of God? Proverbially, children of Israel. We are the stars of God. And he's exalted his throne above. See, we got to fight to say we was kings and queens. No, you weren't. You were just swinging on vines, running around with no knowledge. You're acting like monkeys. Exalting his throne above the stars of God. So-called black men don't know where his throne is, where he sat, where he played, where he picked fruit at, where he raised cattle. He's exalted his throne above the children of God. Go ahead.
I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north.
Go to Psalms 48 and 2. This is what he said he would do. Where is the mount of congregation on the sides of the north? Where is that?
This is Psalm chapter 48 and verse 2. Beautiful the situation. The joy of the whole earth is Mount Zion, on the sides of the north, the city of the great king.
The city of the great king. What's the city of the great king? Jerusalem. Where's a white man claiming for himself? 1948. The land of Israel. That's where our throne is. The city of the great king. We're from Jerusalem. He's trying to claim to be the Israelite man today. Okay? But that was foretold from the beginning. Amalek will be the first of the nations, and he's ruling from the land. So he's sitting in the sides of the north. That's what he said he would do. And I'm going to have the whole world fund my mission to go into the different realm that you got us stationed down here, and we're not supposed to go up there, but I'm going to try to get up there. I'm going to fight you. The whole world going to fund that. Right? Taxes, free labor, you name it. The Christian church send them almost damn near the most money in the whole world, thinking that they're the real people. Got the whole world under this deception. Right? Go ahead.
Back to Isaiah 14.
14, verse 14. Yep.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 14. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
Now, who said this before? Genesis chapter 3, verses 4. Who's the first to lie and say something to this degree? Genesis 3.
Genesis chapter 3, verse 4. And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die.
You ain't gonna die if you learn this knowledge, if you get enlightened. When the Bible say their eyes were open, see, a lot of times people think that they went. There was two heads learning knowledge, and there was not just 4 eyes, there was 6. This eye of your understanding. Go to Ephesians 1:18. When it says their eyes were open, meaning their minds opened up to wickedness and evil, idolatry, and the power that it could give you, something that mankind was not to explore, something like this. Advanced technology. Okay? You ain't gonna die from this. You ain't gonna die from this cell phone. You can literally, mentally, physically, emotionally die. Okay, how many arguments does this cell phone cause?
Too much.
Too much. How much brain cells does it kill?
Too much.
Too much. How many people are addicted to this?
Too much.
How much time do you spend on this cell phone rather than in the Word of God?
Wow.
Everything is too much.
Right?
Way too much.
So yes, you will surely die. Just this for an example. This minute thing. Where you, and in those times, you would dream, wow, man, I wonder how it would feel to be or to go to this place or that place. Go to Mexico, Cancun. People that never seen Cancun before. Now you could just do Cancun, Mexico, and see beaches in Cancun. It wasn't like that at ancient times. It's a place you only heard of. It's like looking into a crystal ball. It's called a scrying mirror. That's the knowledge that can kill you. Your eyes opening up, your understanding. The sky is no longer the limit. You want that insatiable desire all the time. The appetite, it can't be quenched. That's what Satan or the serpent was explaining to Adam and Eve. You ain't gonna die. Go ahead.
Ephesians chapter 1 and verse 18.
Yep.
The eyes of your understanding being enlightened.
The eyes of your understanding being enlightened, but this is on the right-hand side. But see, Adam and Eve, their eyes of understanding was being enlightened on the left-hand side. Okay? This is when they were becoming Luciferians. Okay? Go ahead.
That ye may know what is the hope of his calling, and what the riches of his glory of his inheritance in the saints.
Now, those following the true light understand the inheritance that's coming. We don't want this inherit. We don't want to inherit this world. We want to overcome this world through the battle of good versus evil. We're on the right-hand side, fighting the flesh, fighting the powers that be, fighting the Luciferian system, the false light bearers. Right? Go ahead. Back to Genesis 3.
This is Genesis chapter 3 and verse 4. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die, for God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil.
See, ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. So when it says ye shall be as gods, that means you're going to be just like the Alahayim. You're going to be just like him. If you know this stuff, guess what? You're going to have power. Like he has power. You want to be able to see the whole world like he does? Guess what? I'll show you how to do it. You want to be able to have knowledge of this and that and this and that? I'll show you how. Is not the white man a mad scientist lost in his own creation?
Amen.
He trapped himself in. He's a mad scientist. If he destroyed this world and get to Mars, he's gonna destroy that one. So we gotta go to Mars because the Earth is dying off, the green Earth. Well, you're gonna destroy red Mars with it.
Same mindset.
And if you skip to Mars, you try to get to Jupiter, you're gonna destroy Jupiter. That's the evil of this man. Because he's made the serpent his right-hand man. Right? He is the serpent. Okay? And he is the murderer. He's all the wickedness embodied in one. Okay? Go ahead.
Verse 6. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food,
Not literally. Good for consumption. Good to consume. This knowledge. What does a woman love? They want the pleasures of life.
Pleasure.
And women divorcing their men at higher rates right now. You know, you're not good enough for me. I need a high value man. Right? What you got at home ain't good enough. What you consuming at home ain't good enough. The money, the bread that y'all got in your house and y'all bank account, it ain't good enough. You want more bread. Right? You leave him, you go off to the next man. That's the mindset of Eve today. See how the serpent even playing with the so-called black woman mind again. They want a high value man. I don't need no man. All I gotta do is eat off this tree. Right? I got the serpent. Right? You got weak Jake following after her. Right? Because that's what they want. They want the supermodels and they want those light women. Okay? Those shallow-minded women. Eve was being shallow at this time. Right? She's a Luciferian today herself. If she can't have the Christmas postcard, she's not happy. She can't send a Christmas postcard to all of her family to show how her life is. She's in so much pleasure and she's happy, knowing she's sad and depressed as all hell. Right? She don't want nothing else but to be valued in this society as someone who's successful. Right? She don't get Valentine's Day card. She's depressed. Oh, but Valentine's is about molestation of kids and orgies. Still depressed. Because she'd rather have the pleasures of chocolate for one day. And attention. Rather than live in a world where the Bible said your woman wouldn't even set her foot on the ground for delicateness. That's the life I want to give to you. Just fight with me through this storm. And when Yahweh shall come, you'll have it all in a righteous kingdom. But she's falling for the Luciferian bait. Right? I'm just expounding. Go ahead.
Verse 6. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and the tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof and did eat.
See, it made one wise. But remember, the Bible talks about an earthly wisdom and a heavenly wisdom. See, this fruit was going to make you wise. Now, remember what this. I'm going into a lot of the Luciferian symbology as well tonight, too. What does the owl represent on the left-hand side?
It means dark mysteries,
Wisdom.
Wisdom, yeah.
To be able, because owls have great eyesight in the dark. To make one wise. That's why Inanna had the owl feet with the owls beside her. Right? When you go into ancient Babylon, who was Ishtar. White Drake on the OVO has the owl. Right? Because he worships, he's one of the children of darkness who has knowledge and light and wisdom of the darkness versus wisdom of the light. Okay? You ever see the chip bag, wise chips? The owl, right? Why you think the little boy in the Tootsie Roll commercial said, "Mr. Owl, how many legs does it take? 1, 2, 3." Right? That was not a coincidence why he was an owl.
An old owl.
Right?
And then he had the cap and
Yeah,
gown.
the cap and gown on. Right? Which is the oblong for masonry. Right? The wise owl, the teacher. Okay? So this would make her wise, but in where? In the realm of darkness. Okay? And you got the Bohemian Grove where they worship that owl in California. Right? Let's go to give me Wisdom of Solomon 6:24.
A lot of dark stuff.
So you have your earthly wisdom that she was trying to tap into. And she was trying to leave the seat that the Lord gave her beside her king, her husband, for this wisdom. Right? Wisdom of Solomon 6:24.
24.
Come on.
It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, verse 24. But the multitude of the wise is the welfare of the world, and a wise king is the upholding of the people.
See that? The wise, the righteous wisdom is the welfare of this world. And the wise king is the what? The upholding of this world. We need Yahweh Shai today.
Right.
We need Yahweh Shai, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, now. And we need the wise men, the disciples of Yahweh Shai, to reign over this world, because this world is in the age of decadence. We are the true welfare of this world. We are the true remedy of this world. When the Bible says that the leaves in Revelation, there were 12 trees and it was 12 manner of fruit, and the leaves are for the healing of the nations. Those were the disciples of Yahweh Shai. That we are the tree of life. And it says the leaves are for the healing of the nations. When Isaiah says, and they shall cast their leaves in the season, we're casting our leaves. And eventually people are going to see our true fruits, and that we are the true welfare of this world when Yahweh Shai returns. Then we shall eat of the tree of life. When the Lord blocked the tree of life from Adam eating, that tree of life is uprooting today, because this world needs us. And what does Obadiah call us? Saviors. And we shall judge the mount of Esau. That is Lucifer being cut down to the ground. And hell from beneath thee shall meet thee at thy coming. We are Esau, the mount of Esau's literal hell. we will destroy him. Thus saith the Lord, right? So he is the king of Babylon, the king of great confusion now. But he will be eternally judged by the prophets and apostles of the Lord. Okay? That's it on that, Barak?
Wisdom of Solomon 6:24.
I'm in Genesis 3. Let's go. Matter of fact, let's go to 2 Thessalonians 2, verse 1. Because remember, he said, I'm going to be like the Most High. Sounds foolish, doesn't it? Who can be like, I mean, that's a mad scientist right there. So-called white man. And believe it or not, Nebuchadnezzar said the same thing too. Remember when the Lord appointed, the Lord appointed the white man on his left-hand side. The Lord called Cyrus his anointed to do his purpose. Elijah anointed the king of Syria and anointed his successor, Elisha, at the same time. The king of Syria was going to wage war against the northern kingdom of Israel. And at the same time, here you have a prophet, right, that Elijah appoints to do the Lord's will. But even on the left-hand side, the king of Syria was doing the Lord's will. So the Lord is anointing everybody to do his will, meaning choosing people to do his appointed will, just like we read in Revelation 17:17. Kim Jong-un and Putin and all of these men, they're anointed by the Lord, okay, to destroy Babylon. If it's not in their age, their children's age, it's going to be certain kings that the Lord's going to appoint to destroy Babylon. Okay? But the white man definitely was sent out to do his purpose, and the Lord just going to put him back down. Okay? Go ahead.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 1. Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, and by our gathering together unto him, that ye be not so shaken in mind, or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter, as from us, as that the day of Hamashiach is at hand.
You go.
Let no man deceive you by any means.
The devil, let no man deceive you, saying, you ain't gonna die. You want to be wise? Listen, man. Just go to the Valentine's Day party, man. She gonna be happy.
Do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want. The Lord, homosexuality, the Lord, listen, he loves everybody. Okay? Now you got gay pastors.
Man, I'm sorry. I just seen a poster that said Jesus had two dads.
What?
It was a church program.
Yeah, see that.
Jesus had two dads. You're not gonna die.
Jesus had two dads. We don't see nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Right.
That's crazy.
God loves everyone. You sure? That's a damn lie. Show me that in the Bible. God loves everyone. God loves the whole world. But then he say, hate the world. So what's the context?
Right.
Then he said, be not conformed to the world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Renewing your mind means coming out of this Luciferian spell you under and embracing the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord, and trusted in the words of the prophets, which is the testimony of Christ. Right? Go ahead.
For that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed.
See, there had to be a falling away. Israel had to fall. That's the stars of God falling from heaven, and the angel Michael, right, fighting against the dragon in Revelation 12. Michael is the archetype for Israel, fighting in heaven, meaning fighting for the seat. The birthrights, remember, they're going back and forth, wrestling, okay, for the land, for the promises. See, we were given the promise, not Esau. But he's like, you know what? I'm gonna kill Jacob. He took my birthright. Well, no, God gave it to Israel, to Jacob, right? So we're fighting for this, right? And then it says the third of the stars fell from heaven, right? That represents the remnant or the third that's passing through the fire, okay, that's going to inherit the promises, right? Well, go ahead.
And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped.
This is the so-called white man, king of Babylon, the so-called son of the morning, right? The man of sin, opposing all that is called God,
Occult Antichrist.
blaspheming the host of heaven. Go ahead.
So that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God.
He as God sitting in the temple of God showeth that he is God. Now you see the little, remember you see the naked picture of him, that white God and the naked Adam touching the finger.
Oh,
You know that comes from Osiris, right? Osiris's symbol was this. Well, he used to hold up this, and this is him appointing his successor. That's all Babylonian. Remember when E.T., right? E.T. came out in the 80s. That's when they was trying to put kids on to space and extraterrestrial stuff, space exploration and stuff. E.T. was the god Pan, but he was Ogun in African spirituality. Okay, and he wore a red.
Wow.
That's why Elliot had the red hoodie on.
Yep.
Right, Red Riding Hood. What do sorcerers do? The red hood, right?
Right.
And what did he tell? What did he tell? He had his finger lit up. Remember? And he said, "I will always be there." And he pointed where?
Brain.
Right here. He wanted to possess his mind. Right? This is how deep it goes. This is the Luciferian. Putting on all your children,
From the beginning.
trying to subdue their minds under his control and possess them to go against God. Subconsciously worship a pantheon. Right? Read that again, Barak.
Verse 4. Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God.
Right, like in that Leonardo da Vinci painting. Right? He is putting all types of cryptic messages in society. Right? And he's after he wants the children. That's why he always goes after the children. Right? Like I said, at E.T., going after the kid. What's the monster that was under the bed? He was paying too in the 80s. The blue. No, what's the blue guy? What's
Monsters,
Beetlejuice.
Monsters Inc. was about that too. No, but it was in the 80s. I forget. Ben Savage. Remember that movie, Ben Savage? The boy that played in Boy Meets World, he grew up or whatever. He had his family or whatever. Well, that little blue monster, right? He came up, he had the horns, right? That's all going into pedophilia.
Monster Inc.
Monster Inc. is about pedophilia.
Their new
That's
movie is
adrenochrome.
crazy
Yeah.
symbolic.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yup. And it is about adrenochrome. Makes kids get afraid, and that's when they sacrifice the kid and drink their blood for the adrenochrome. That's a drug.
Little monsters.
No, Monsters Inc.
If I actually seen it, I got kids and stuff, but I viewed it before, and they have in the movie, there's a new one. It's called Monsters Inc. University,
Yes.
and they have literally a ritual for them to join that sorority. Like they was
Right.
in the basement,
Right.
They had the red hoodies, and they was like
Right,
in the dark, and then
Right.
they did some homosexual stuff.
right.
And then they had the party, the initiation party, where they're
Right.
like, it's an all red party. And
Right. That's the same thing in Nemo. You watch Nemo. What's in Nemo backwards? Omen, right?
Mhm.
And Nemo, when they were the Ring of Fire, remember he went through the Ring of Fire? Yeah, and they were doing the chant, and then he went through the Ring of Fire,
You know?
right? That's him being enlightened, passing from death to life, right? This is all Luciferianism in Disney and Pixar.
It's right where your kids,
Right,
aimed at your kids.
right. And he was lost, and he was basically a slave inside this fish tank, trying to escape. But how did he get out? He met these new fish. They put him onto the game. He went through the ring of fire.
And he had to go.
He got out. What's that sound like? This is all cyclical in knowledge. The white man has no ideas. He's just putting Babylonian mythos right in your face. He is the modern day king of Babylon. These stories and these tales are not new. They go back centuries and millenniums ago. Okay? But he's just a proverbial king of Babylon today. Right? He has the power. He is the wizard and magician and the serpent in the garden. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 5. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things. And now you know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time.
You see? And he is being revealed in his time. So-called white man. That's when the Bible says Satan knoweth his time is short. When he ascended out of the bottomless pit, when he came during the Renaissance time, what did he call that period? The Enlightenment age. He has the torch. He's the light of the world. He's Lucifer. Now it's his seat. It's his time. And how does he know his time is short unless he doesn't know the Bible? He knows the time is short. Scriptures already told you he knows that his time is short. That's how you know he knows the scriptures. White men know these scriptures. Remember, the Bible says he shall accomplish a diligent search. He even searched out the Bible for understanding. And he knows who he is in the scriptures. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 7. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work.
When Paul said the mystery of iniquity already doeth work, who was ruling over him at the time? The Romans. He was just speaking circumspect. If he said, no, the so-called white man, he's the man of sin, Paul, time would have been cut short. But he had to relay this for us because Paul understood that day is not going to come yet until Yahushua appear. So as of now, I'm speaking circumspectly, but I'm letting y'all know the mystery of iniquity works right now. Okay? That's your Caesars up top. That's the dragon. Okay? Go ahead.
Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way.
Who's the he that now letteth will let? That's the Most High. The Most High is allowing him to move to and fro in the garden like we read in Job, right? Until the Most High takes him out the way. Go ahead.
And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
You see that? The spirit of his mouth. We embody the spirit of his mouth, the prophets.
Wow.
The Israelites rising up on their feet and becoming that great exceeding army. We are the spirit of his mouth. Then the Lord say that, give me Luke 21:15. We are the spirit of his mouth. And then the Lord, because we're warning everybody that the Lord is coming. And it's likened unto a white horse. And he's going to judge and make war. Right? That's the brightness of his coming. When he's going to take the Lucifer and Luciferianism in Babylon, utterly destroy it and take it out the way.
That's right.
Via war. Okay? From on high. Go ahead.
This is Luke chapter 21, verse 15. So when they had dined, Yahushua said to Simon Peter,
Luke 21:15.
oh, sorry, I'm in John.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is John. This is Luke chapter 21, verse 15. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist.
See, the adversary, the wicked one, Satan, he's not going to be able to gainsay us. He's not going to be able to deceive us no more. The Lord gave us the spirit of his mouth, right? And no gainsayer is going to be able to out-talk us. Israelites are destroying every intellectual platform there is, from science to theology to history, you name it. That's the spirit of the Lord's mouth, destroying and casting down Luciferianism. Okay? But
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 29 and 29. The secret things belong unto the Lord our God, but those things which are revealed belong unto us,
right,
and to our children forever, that we may do all the words of this law.
That's right. You see that? So the secret things are revealed to the children of Israel.
That's right.
The secret things that are contained in the heavens, he's not giving this to the common man. He's giving this to immortals in flesh. People who he predestined to be his children and grant rewards to in the end times for their life that they sacrifice for him.
That's right.
And so therefore he's given them the spirit of his mouth. Okay? Go back to 2 Thessalonians.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 8.
Yeah.
And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders.
So he's coming after the working of Satan with all power and what?
And with all power and signs and lying wonders.
All power, all ability. The white man want to get something done. Oh, I just get it done. Right? Lying wonders. He's an excellent liar.
Oh my
He'll lie
God.
to you and be like, you know what, Jim, you're right.
Yo, they're fucking salami. They just, I got light on today at work. It just drove me crazy, man. They lie so much.
I always use this as an example. A white man in the 1800s to get into a fight with one black guy. He started. Black dude, hey man, listen, I don't want no trouble. Right? The white dude like, get out of here, Jimbo. And smack him, and then the black dude beat him up. The white dude gonna go back to the village like, it was 4 of the niggers. They hit me in my eye, they busted up my shoe.
That's happening in Rosewood.
Yeah, that's happened in Rosewood. Killed the whole town. That white woman. It was a nigga, right? Lying wonders.
And they do it so subtly. Like,
Yeah, and even
they do it behind your back.
they're not even lying about the earth. They're lying about space. They're literally lying about what's in the ocean. They're like, all right, what you see right there is called a gamma ray. You don't know what that is. Right.
I went up to my supervisor today, and he was like, "Oh, I heard what happened."
We back.
Oh,
We saw it was frozen, so we.
Damn, that sounds crazy.
There it is.
All right, yo, go ahead.
All right, cool. Go back. What you about to say? All right, let's continue back in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. Yeah, man, they just lie about everything. You know? They lie about so much, man. They lie about time, lie about history, talking about then dinosaurs was migrating. Did you ever see the three-dimensional little animations they be having? Like dictating like the Tyrannosaurus Rex in the woods and stuff. Like, I don't know what was going on, man.
It's so cringy.
Right.
How to get it like that?
And lying about evolution and all type of stuff. Just lying.
What's that test they do?
The DNA test.
How they test the
I think that's
rocks?
Oh, they test rocks. Carbon dating.
Carbon dating.
Yeah. 6 billion years ago. You don't know. You didn't even observe how fast carbon leaves in that span of time. So how can you tell how much carbon leaves in an artifact? Lying. But our people will believe it. Like that brother a couple Saturdays ago took a carbon dating. I said, man, that's all garbage. Too. Then a white man trying to tell you it's garbage. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 10. And with all deceivableness.
All deceivableness. Okay? Lucifer, a so-called light bearer. Go ahead.
And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they received not the love of the truth, that they might be saved.
See, the love of the truth. You have to love the truth of this world, of this earth, and how God established it and ordained everything to be. If you think that idolatry is acceptable, you're going to perish. If you think homosexuality is acceptable, you're going to, if you do not listen to your God, you're going to perish. That's the original lesson. That's the moral of the lesson with the serpent. The Lord made it so easy to understand. He said, there was a serpent, there was Adam, there was Eve. He lied. That's the most simplest narrative you can get.
Right.
But what do we want to keep doing? Believe in a lie.
Right.
Believe in a lie. Believe in a lie. Joe Biden up there lying his old raisin brain behind us. Brain shriveled up. He walking through the exit door to get in somewhere and walking out the entrance door to get out. And you believe that, man?
He fell again.
It's crazy.
Yeah, 100 years old.
Yeah, the man like 90 years old and you believe him. I'm gonna get that. He don't even know what he's talking.
He forgot what you were gonna say.
There's no
Yeah,
do that.
He called his daughter his dead son.
That's crazy. That's nuts.
Right.
That's bugged out. But see, our people like Joe Biden.
Right.
Oh, what else is another blasphemy? We're the real Jews. The Bible literally says his feet was as brass, as though they were brass, as though the color of brass, as though they was burned in a furnace, right? This is Jesus Christ. Hair like wool, afro. The prophets all describe themselves to be black men. Moses, black man. Our people, them God's people though. Them God's people. Y'all Israelites sound stupid. We want to believe the lie, and because you don't receive the love of the truth, you're going to perish. You're not going to be saved. Right? You're going to be along with the world that perished, that God hates, that world that God said he's not praying for, that the Lord said that he's not praying for in the Garden of Gethsemane. You're going to be a part of that world that be destroyed. Right. Go ahead.
Verse 11. And for this cause, God shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie.
See, the Lord is sending this delusion on them. The Lord even said, I'm going to choose your delusion. Or you think that you're going to get great success from this deal you just got, right? You my child, and you want to go off and listen to the serpent? The Lord, he let out, and there ain't going to be no more sacrifice. He ain't going to kill 2 lambs for you and atone for your sin. Yahweh Shai died once for all. That's it. Ain't no more. This period, you better get it right. Right?
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 12. That they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness.
They believed not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. What did Eve see the fruit was for? For pleasure. So they want to see this life as this pleasurable, this Luciferian kingdom, right? It's pleasurable. This is pleasurable. This is not pleasurable to the saints of God. This is not pleasurable to the children of the Lord. Okay? We're trying our best to get the hell up out of here. Who don't want to have children in this time? The scriptures say, blessed be the barren in those days. The Lord said, woe to them who have children that suck. That's the truth. That is the truth. Now, do we want families? Of course we do. But it's not the best idea in this time. Because the white man gonna be like, here, stick this needle right in it. It's gonna help. As soon as he comes out the womb, just stick a needle right in there, right here. Injecting all type of poisons in your children.
Oh God. And then try to take it if you don't want it.
Right. Lying wonders, all power. He could say, if you don't get them vaccinated, we're going to take them away from you. All power. See, our people can't even fathom that he's doing the same thing he was doing in slavery. Oh, give me a son. I need him for crocodile. I need him for alligator bait. And take your son right from you and use him, or your child right from, and use your child for alligator bait. So if he would do that, what makes you think he'll do anything? He'll take your child just to inject COVID in him to kill him. What makes you think that this white man is not going to do the same thing he's been doing to you since he encountered you in the interiors of the places you were scattered to?
Right.
Okay? He is clear-cut, modern-day Lucifer that will be cut down to the ground by the Lord. Because we ain't going to be able to do it. Because he has all power in his hand on this earth. And he knows it. He knows it. He's afraid of what's coming from up there because he knows he can't play with that power. Now you think about the host of the Lord. See, we think about when Daniel fell in the presence of the angel. Just imagine if Michael the angel walked in this room right now. Gabriel the angel walked in this room right now. Uriel or Raphael walked in this room right now. Now imagine Yahweh Shai. He can't fathom that glory. Neither can we. And that's coming here to take back the earth from the king of Babylon and bring truth into the earth. And we are the ambassadors of that truth. We should continue until the end. The race is not for the swift, nor for the strong, but to them that endure to the end. We got to endure this fight. Right? Like Jacob did with the angel to confirm the covenant. Right? Let's go to Psalm 74 and 11. Right? Psalm 74 and 11.
The book of Psalms, chapter 74, verse 11. Why withdrawest thou thy hand, even thy right hand?
Why what?
Why withdrawest thou thy hand, even thy right hand? Pluck it out of thy bosom.
See? Pluck out your right hand from your bosom. Who is that? Yahweh Shai. The psalmist is like, pluck out your right hand. We need your right hand. Pluck it out from your bosom. Why hold on to your only begotten? Right? Why hide him from us? We need him. Remember, a wise king is the upholding of the world. We're seeking for a righteous world. But now, I'm going to give you some left hand understanding of what they did. Now, have you ever seen the pictures where these white soldiers and these white militants and the presidents that got their hand across their bosom and inside their jacket? That's them concealing their right hand, wanting to be like who? God. Wanting to be like the Most High. Secrets of wisdom, right? Origins of masonry. Right?
Shit, they cover there right now.
Right. They follow the guidelines of the Bible. Remember, they cannot seek any wisdom outside of this. There is no wisdom and knowledge outside of this. They have to duplicate this. They have to pervert this, corrupt this. Because the bewitching of naughtiness doth obscure the things that are honest. Okay? So they'll paint you a muddy picture of it all. But they'll have the secrets of this, of how to obtain power. Remember the Book of Eli, that movie? He needed that book. He was like, we need that book. And when all else failed, they needed that. When all technology falls and the host of heaven fall, the only thing that's going to be sought for is the book. Because this is true history.
Right.
This is true. This is law and order. This tells you your future, your fate. How you going to restart civilization without this? Historians and archaeologists go with their chisels and their hammers with this. There's nothing without the word of God. Right? Read that again. Psalms 74:11.
The book of Psalms, chapter 74, verse 11. Why withdrawest thou thy hand, even thy right hand? Pluck it out of thy bosom. For God is my King of old, working salvation in the midst of the earth. Thou didst divide the sea by thy strength. Thou breakest the heads of the dragons in the water.
See, he divided what sea? The Red Sea. And he broke the heads of the dragons in the waters. That was Pharaoh and his host. Who's the modern day dragon? So-called white man and his host. Right? The devil and his angels. Lucifer. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 14. Thou breakest the heads of Leviathan in pieces.
See, Leviathan is what? The dragon. Okay? That's in the midst of the sea. Right? And he's breaking the heads. He's going to break the heads of Leviathan, just like he broke the heads of Leviathan in ancient Egypt. That was the dragon, the serpent. Right? He was the serpent hissing in the garden, telling lies in ancient Egypt. Our people want to be under the shadow of Egypt. Don't kill it. We're the ancient Egyptians, right? Pharaoh Sekhmet, all this other bull crap, right? And no wisdom in that. When the white man came with this book, guess what the white man translated? Yo, meta, brother. Right? And you think you're going somewhere. What, in a dusty pyramid? What you gonna get out of that? If you Egypt, go rebuild Egypt then, brother. There's no spirituality in that. There's spirituality, but left is Luciferianism. Because the modern day Luciferianism was inspired by ancient Egypt. That kept you, right? Segregated here. That kept you oppressed here. That mind, listen, that system came from Egypt. Did not they do that to the Israelites in ancient Egypt? Right? But the Lord is going to destroy the heads of the dragons. Again, Isaiah 51:9.
It's Isaiah 51:9.
Mm-hmm.
It's Isaiah chapter 51, verse 9. Awake, awake, put on strength, O arm of the Lord.
See, awake, awake, put on strength, O arm of the Lord. The same hand that he had in his bosom, the same arm. He's saying, awake, O arm. The arm of the Lord is the host of heaven, the angels and his military might. And we're praying, awake, awake. Go ahead.
Awake, awake, put on strength, O arm of the Lord. Awake as in the ancient days, in the generations of old. Art thou not in that hath cut Rahab and wounded the dragon?
See, are not thou that cutteth Rahab, which is what? Proverbially the prostitute, the whore. Who's the whore today? America.
Right.
Ancient Egypt was the whore, and he cut off the dragon as well. So he's reiterating that ancient Egypt was the proverbial whore, where all the nations came to oppress who, right? Even when Joseph ruled it, they knew something about the Hebrews. Go to Genesis 43 and 32. What did they know about the Hebrews? Right? Now remember, Joseph was one of the, remember Jacob was a Hebrew. Remember, Abraham was a Hebrew. Men that came and crossed over from the Euphrates and were descended from Eber, they were Hebrews. Right? But what did the ancient Egyptians do to the Israelites back then? They oppressed them. Right? But even in the days of Joseph, before we were put in slavery, this is what the scriptures record what the Egyptians did to the Hebrews. Go ahead. Genesis 43 and 32.
This is Genesis. This is Genesis chapter 43, verse 32. And they set on for him by himself, and for them by themselves.
This is Joseph lining up, seating his brothers in a particular order before he revealed who he was to them. Right? But he set them up specifically in a particular arrangement. Go ahead.
And for the Egyptians, which did eat with him by themselves.
See, but he separated Joseph, him being a Hebrew himself, separated the Egyptians by themselves. Go ahead.
Because the Egyptians might not eat bread with the Hebrews.
Read that again.
Because the Egyptians might not eat bread with the Hebrews.
Go ahead.
For it is an abomination unto the Egyptians.
What did the Egyptians know about these Hebrews? Why did they consider the Hebrews, who Joseph was, right, a Hebrew? What do they know about them that they would separate themselves and consider it abominable to eat with the Hebrews even in the days of Joseph?
That's right.
Because they knew something about these particular people. This is wisdom on the left-hand side, understanding who these particular people, these are the people, remember Hebrew means crossover. These are the people of the cross and the people who crossed over from death to life, from darkness to light, from what? From this life into the next life. Esau is the end of this world. Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. We are the people of the cross because we got to carry the cross to get there. Yahushua said what?
Carry the cross.
He said, you got to carry your cross. Yahushua carried his cross. He said, you got to bear yours up too. Because we are the people of the cross. Was not Andrew, the disciple, crucified in Russia, they say, on the cross of Nero? Was not Peter crucified upside down? Right? Was not Paul beheaded? Was not John thrown in hot boiling oil before he was in the island of Patmos for this gospel? Was not Bartholomew skinned alive? Was not Barnabas burned alive? The same could happen to us because they still, these modern day Egyptians, the serpent and the Leviathan in the sea, think it's abominable to eat with us. Okay? Because we are the people predestinated by God to inherit this earth. But it's not yet. It's not now. It is when the host of the Lord, when the arm of the Lord awakes and all hell break loose from heaven. Right? That's the truth. That's the love of the truth. Right? That's the love of the truth. And Esau is scared out of his damn mind. Go to Revelation 13 and 2. Revelation 13 and 2 to show you the proverbial serpent, the one who was speaking this enlightenment, opened up the eyes of Adam and Eve's understanding, gave power to the beast, to what's the engine, to what's running in the system, what's making the world go round. Right? So if the dragon is Babylon, proverbially, or an epithet of Babylon, Egypt, the torch is being passed on down, right? America has the torch now. We see it, right? In New York City. Ishtar, sitting on her 8-pointed star. That's Luciferianism. Came from Babylon, right? Read that.
This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 2. And the beast I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of
verse 1, Salakia.
Verse 1. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his head the name of blasphemy. Verse 2. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority.
This is the same dragon that the Lord wounded when he swallowed him up in the flood. But he just wounded him. Who revived it? The white man. Who do you think, what do you think the white man was doing when he was in them pyramids? He was communicating with the dead. He was on them walls like reading wisdoms of how to run the world with power of the serpent, given by the serpent. How you think he was able to contain us in chattel slavery? How you think he's able to contain us in this financial bind, contain us in this mental, physical, emotional oppression? The dragon, the beast, gave the white man his power and his seat. Right? The wisdom that came from the garden that said, you're not going to die, but yes, you will. You're going to be cut down to the ground. Serpent going to be destroyed because he knows from the beginning that, yeah, you're going to die, but I just want everybody to die with me. Right? Misery, love, company. Right? Because remember, the devil, through envy, he wanted to be chosen. Right? He wanted to be the one sitting in God's green earth on a throne, anointed by God to be his son. That was Adam. Right? And in these times, the last Adam, Yahushua Christ. Oh yeah, and the white man definitely envies. His version of the Bible is, for Esau so loved his short time to rule, right, that he sent his only begotten son, Christopher Columbus, that whosoever don't believe in him, gonna perish, right, and not have 400 and some odd years until he's done and thrown and destroyed out the way. That's his version of John 3:16. Right, but that's his version. This is his world. But he's going to fight for it because he envies what we have as the sons and daughters of God. Right? Go ahead. That's it on that. So that's how the establishment of the beast was revived through the principles of the serpent. That was in the garden, the same principles, the same. What do you think the education of these brothers following Kemet is learning? The wisdom of the serpent. Along with what Esau is learning, along with Moab and Edom, they're all learning the wisdom of the serpent in all their respective religions, educations, etc. Right? Everybody follow? Let's go to Revelation 17, verses 5.
This is Revelation chapter 17, verse 5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon,
See, mystery Babylon, because it's a mystery, right? It's a mystery who Babylon would be in that time, and eventually, shortly, she was brought to life, and she is America. Okay? She is mystery Babylon, practicing all the mysticisms of the mystery school of Babylon. The whore, or Rahab, the serpent, the dragon that the Lord is going to destroy in the sea. The sea representing the nations and tongues and peoples, societies, right?
That's right.
Go ahead.
This is Revelation chapter 17, verse 5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots.
The mother of harlots. So we just read that ancient Egypt in the days of old was a harlot, but that was a harlot that was, give me Ezekiel 16:44. That was a harlot trying to be like her mother in Genesis chapter 11. When Nimrod set up that mother religion that the whole world is following, all the languages got confused, and they're all worshiping these religions and these ancient stories, these fables, you know, celebrating all of these feast days and following these different educations under the same helmet of ancient Babylon, under the same umbrella, right? Go ahead.
It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 16, verse 44. Behold, everyone that useth proverbs shall use this proverb against thee.
This is concerning Israel, but this is just a general universal proverb concerning a mother and a daughter. Go ahead.
Saying, as is the mother, so is her daughter.
As is the mother, so is her daughter.
That's a fact.
All America is doing is mimicking ancient Egypt, mimicking ancient Babylon, because Babylon is the mother of all of those that extrapolated from her. And all of the nations and societies wanted to mimic Babylon, the golden city, the very same image that Nebuchadnezzar, when he had that dream, remember the top piece was gold, but that golden city is going to be destroyed in the end when it's brought to what we see here, miry clay, mingled with iron, which is it's like a pit here where everyone's trapped in this. But then that monolith, Yahweh Shai's kingdom, is going to destroy that image that everyone is worshiping, right? And the aura of that image is Luciferianism. Okay? When everybody oohs and ahs at the image, it's because you're under that spell and your mind is enlightened and open to the tree of knowledge of good and evil taught by Luciferians. Left hand knowledge. This is the Bible teaching you got to be renewed in your mind and come out of that which the world calls the matrix, right? And be conformed and transformed to the image of his dear son when he was the advent as Yahweh Shai, whom the world ignorantly calls Christ. You have to have that same mind that was in you. You can have that mind that was in Christ. He will open up your understanding like he opened up the disciples' understanding in Luke. And he gave them the understanding in, I think, Luke 24 and 44. He opened up their understanding to open to understand these scriptures. And guess what? We're just those same spirits, the children in these times, as dear children, according to Ephesians 5. Some of us probably expounded on our own prophecies. Okay? That's how the Lord is working in these end times. So Babylon just is recycled right back in the earth, and America's now the daughter of Babylon. Because as the daughter, as the mother, so the daughter. So she's just living and breathing and doing what her mother did from the beginning under Nimrod, an Ethiopian. Now there is an Edomite, so-called white man, as the king of Babylon, right? Who will fulfill the final judgment, according to Isaiah 14, right? Apayak, there's a link. You see the link? There's a link. There you go, right? Blow that up, make that enlarge that. Because there's something I want to show to you explaining how they have hijacked the wisdom of God that was given to Adam. Now, Adam was a high priest and king. We already explained that. He had the keys to the earth, right? He had the keys. He could bind things on earth that was bound to heaven, like Peter. He received the keys after Yahushua left, right? Yahushua left it in the hands of Peter, right? Peter was that rock, right? So now, when we look on the left-hand side, I want you to read that, if you can see that. You might want to blow that up, though. Go down, go to who is Janus. Yeah, who is Janus? I'm just giving you an example of how Luciferian works, how Yahushua has to take back his rightful seat and position and title as the morning star, as the light bearer. Because Satan said, I'm going to be like the Most High, and I'm going to be above the stars of God. I'm going to be above the Son of the living God. I crucified him. Guess what? I am the original holder of the keys. Yahushua said, nope. In Revelation, I have the keys. So I want to show you how this mysticism tries to pervert the concept of the Messiah being the rightful holder and sole ruler that God anointed him to be, that Yahweh anointed Yahushua to be, and how Yahushua speaks concerning his title and how he protects the seat where the Most High sat with him. He's the protector of Yahweh. He is the door to Yahweh. Right? Go ahead.
Who is Janus? It seems like the ancient Romans had a god or goddess for everything. Poseidon, god of the sea; Venus, goddess of love and beauty; and Apollo, god of the sun. Just to name a few other well-known Roman gods include Jupiter, Saturn, Mercury, Mars, Neptune, Orcus, Ceres, Juno, Luna, Diana, and Vesta. And then there's Janus, a lesser-known god, but arguably one of the most important. In Roman mythology, Janus was the god of doors.
God of what?
God of doors.
Go ahead.
Gates and transitions.
See, gates and transition, God of doors. Go ahead.
Janus represented the middle ground between both concrete and abstract dualities, such as life, death, beginning.
Who's that sound like? Who's that sound like? That sounds like Yahushua mediating between the abstract dualities of life and death. He's the one that expounds on this wisdom. But see, the Greeks and Romans, they venerate Janus. We'll go a little bit deeper. Go ahead.
Such as life, death, beginning, end, youth, adulthood, rural, urban, war, peace, and barbarism, civilization.
See how they try to make and venerate Janus as this deity who's solely responsible for these transitions. Just like Yahushua talks about coming from death to life, from darkness to light, right? Being transformed to the kingdom of his dear son, right? Go ahead.
Janus was known as the initiator of human life, transformations between stages of life, and shifts from one historical era to another.
That's why the Romans elected the calendar after December to start the calendar with January to venerate the god Janus. And now you got a new beginning.
New year.
Guess what? You got new opportunities. You have what? New resolutions.
New
New
Year,
Year
new me.
resolutions. Transform yourself.
New year, new me.
Right.
We got to do that.
And Yahweh Shai had to cast down that imagination amongst Hellenized Israelites who believed in this God. So when he is speaking to the angel, and the angel gave this revelation to John, he left something very key with them. So let's go to Revelation chapter 1, verse 18. Right? Because remember, this is what the Israelites were worshiping under those times. Right? And still to this day. You might not be having a two-headed God. Genesis' head was one facing left and one facing right that represent the past and the future, the beginning and the end. Right? He was the entrance into transition and transformation. Right?
This is Revelation chapter 1, verse 18. I am he that liveth and was dead, and behold, I am alive forevermore. Amen. And have the keys of hell and of death.
See, Yahweh Shai said, I have the keys of hell and of death. Not this false deity. Okay? I don't know what ancient Babylon taught y'all, but I have the keys. I'm not black people, Hispanic people, Native American people talking about New Year's resolutions in January. I'm going to lose 30 pounds, girl.
Beach body.
My beach body. Throwing them damn, you got 250-pound women throwing on them damn gym shorts, being there thinking they shape. Girl,
Girl, you better go back in the house.
right? Girl, look at me. Right? No, girl, go read the Bible. Get off the pork. Okay? And you brothers too. Right? This ain't the He Man Women's Haters Club. You men too out there. It's gonna be a new me. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to get that. Trust me, I'm getting that bag this year. So. Right? I got the keys. What you think Future was talking about, man? Why do you think Drake had a chain of a key? You think that was just cool? He worships Janus too. Why do you think Drake is so successful in streams? And because he's making blood sacrifices, and they gave him the keys. Now he can open doors for new artists, and he can create this avenue for this person. But Yahweh Shai said, nope, I got the keys, Future. I am the future. How about that?
Right.
And I'm the end. And I'm the beginning. Right? Read that again. That's all Luciferianism, but everybody got the keys. Right?
This is Revelation chapter 1, verse 18. I am he that liveth and was dead, and behold, I am alive forevermore.
See how I said, I am he that liveth and was dead. He overcame hell, death, and the grave. He did. He overcame destruction. He overcame corruption. No man could persuade him from his passion. And he overcame that. And the Lord gave him, the Most High gave him the keys to hell, death, and the grave. The keys is all of the teachings and wisdoms he's trying to guide you through with so you can overcome like he did. Right? Go ahead.
I am alive forevermore.
I'm alive forevermore. This system is going to be, Lucifer, everyone's going to say to the king of Babylon and to his system, is this the man that caused the nations to tremble? This the man that weakened nations. This the man that destroyed the Israelites, that was whipping Israelites in slavery. This is that man. This is that man that took the Native Americans' land. The mighty Native Americans, the Gadites. Yeah. That forced them to speak English, Spanish, and French, and Latin. That man? Wow. Go ahead.
Yeah. I am alive forevermore. Amen.
Go to Revelation 3:8. 3 and 7, excuse me.
This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 7. And to the angel of the church in Philadelphia, Right. These things said that, Salaki, these things said he that is holy, he that is true, he that has the key of David.
He that is holy, he that is true, and he that hath the key of David. We're going to get into that because this is deep. All right? Go ahead.
He that openeth Salaki, he that openeth and no man shutteth, and shutteth and no man openeth.
See, Yahweh Shai, we know originally, he's the one that opened up the doors to begin with being the Son of God as Adam. Now, him, when his advent, and Yahweh Shai condemning sin in the flesh, right? He's the one that shut the door for sin to enter into your life. The same sin that the Lord said, hey, sin life at the door, Cain. Don't let that in. That door. Right? And he also gave you the keys to the kingdom that was promised to David through Yahweh Shai and to his sons. Right? He can open that door and he can shut that door. If you read Matthew 25, what it say about the 10 virgins? 5 didn't what?
They were unprepared.
They were unprepared, and the ones that were prepared with their oil and kept their lamps burning, they went in with the king, and the king shut the door. That door ain't open it back up. Right?
It's like no.
You want to make sure you get through the straight gate. Everyone's trying to follow this. All this opportunity out here, bro. We got all this opportunity. That's destruction. Wide and broad is the way into destruction. You want to go through the straight door, the straight gate, right? While everybody's out there partying, you going into the kingdom of David, and outside that wall, and you getting into that gate.
Right.
You climbing through that gate, through the secrets of wisdom by him guiding you and directing you, right? Go ahead.
This is Revelations chapter. Do you want me to go, verse 8?
Yep.
Verse 8. I know thy works. Behold, I have set before thee an open door.
See, he set before us an open door. What is the open door? The opportunity to enter into the kingdom of heaven. When he said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man what? No man goeth into the Father except by me. He's the open door. Right? Go ahead.
And no man can shut it.
And no man can shut it. Go ahead.
For thou hast a little strength, and hast kept my word, and hast not denied my name.
See, we got little strength, but he opened that door for us. He gave us opportunity, but we kept his name, right? And we did not deny him, right? That means that he opened the door for us and gave us the secrets to enter in, gave us the strength to enter in, gave us the way. He laid it out, right? And so now it's time to walk and enter into that. But see, they were having to believe that this way of life, through Janus, right, that came from Luciferianism and Babylonian mysticism, he has the keys. You got to bow to this science of opportunity. But there's no opportunity. This place, its fate was written from before its conception. This is for the spiritual sons of God that were with the Lord as spirits in the beginning. Right? Those predestined, when the Lord talking about those predestined, for those sons, for the earnest expectation of the creature, waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of God. That's what the scripture said. And that's what the creation is waiting for, the sons of God. And all the sons of God are going to be revealed in that day. Right? Go to Revelation 4:1. Give you some more insight on that open door.
This is Revelation chapter 4, verse 1. After this I looked, and behold, a door was opened in heaven. And the first
Where?
In heaven.
Where was the door open?
In heaven.
That's the open door, y'all. What's this voice saying through this door? Go ahead.
After this I looked, and behold, a door was opened in heaven. And the first voice which I heard was as it were a trumpet talking with
And
me.
this voice wasn't quiet, saying, "Psst, you know, we're the Israelites, right?" Israelites are making noise all throughout this earth. Laws, statutes, commandments. Yahweh Shai, the black man, the fake Jew. Right? Go ahead.
Which said, "Come up hither."
Said what?
Come up hither.
Said what?
Come up hither.
Transcend above this life. Transcend above Luciferianism. Transcend above the matrix. Get out the matrix. Flee from the matrix. Flee fornication. It's easy to fornicate like Esau. When Paul, with the author of Hebrews, said not to be as Esau, who was a fornicator and sold his birthright for a morsel of meat. How many of y'all are selling your birthright, soiling your garments for some meat, for some skin? That's a morsel of meat. Theirs was pottage. Shit. He drank that pottage brew. He sold it. But how many of you out there or in here are selling your birthright for some cheeks?
Right.
Or for a quickie?
Right.
Huh? Bring that around. Huh? It's quiet in here. Right? Are you a fornicator as Esau? Because you have a birthright, because you can sell it very easy. Didn't Judah do that? He gave the whole staff away and his scepter. I mean, we fall, we're human, right? But you have to transcend above the flesh. The flesh is weak, but the spirit is ready. So you got to, by the spirit, gain strength and mortify the members of your flesh to get it. Yahushua taught that. Who do you think was speaking through Paul in the letters? What do you think Yahushua was teaching us? So for the words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. So the flesh profiteth nothing. That's the first battle to enter into the kingdom. Isaiah 22. Start at verse 20. Some more secrets of the keys.
Isaiah chapter 22 and verse 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that I will call my servant Eliakim, the son of Hilkiah, and I will clothe him with thy robe and strengthen him with thy girdle, and I will commit thy government into his hand, and he shall be a father to the inhabitants of Jerusalem and to the house of Judah.
Now, this is a son of David. Am I right or wrong? Right. Is Yahushua a son of David? So proverbially, Yahushua is going to fulfill this. This is who's that father in Isaiah chapter 9, verses 6. He is going to be that called that everlasting father. Right? But he's going to be given something. Right? Let's read what he's going to be given.
Verse 22.
Going into the ancient Paleo Hebrew he was talking about. I was trying to give you about the nail.
Okay.
Well,
And the key of the house of David will I lay upon his shoulder.
see, the key of the house of who?
Of David.
Of David. The Yahushua said, I have the key of David.
Right.
But here goes this Roman god who someone created and gave a caricature throughout history, right? Says that he has the keys of opportunity. He has the keys of transformation, death and life, and all types of transfiguration or whatever. But the Bible, the word of God, saying, I'm going to give this man the key to his father's house, David. And Yahushua reiterates, I got the key. Right? Go ahead.
And the key of the house of David will I lay upon his shoulder.
So when it says lay upon his shoulder, if you ever give your child a house key, so you're old enough now, You have a house key. You get it. Where do you put it? You give him the little. Yep. You put it around. That's what it means. Put it on his shoulder. Right. Go ahead.
So he shall open and none shall shut.
See, he shall open, none shall shut. Meaning he has all power to this kingdom. Remember, what did Yahushua say? The Father judges no man, but he appointed all judgment unto the Son. He's got the key to let you in and kick you out. Right? Go ahead.
And none shall shut, and he shall shut, and none shall open.
That's his power. Go ahead.
And I will,
Showing you that he fulfilled this as Yahushua from the days of Lycan. He was appointed that, but Yahushua is the fulfillment of that. Go ahead.
and I will fasten him as a nail in a sure place.
I will fasten him as a nail in a sure place. Now, I want y'all to understand how deep the Hebrew goes. Da. Wada is David's name, right? What's the da in Paleo pictographic Hebrew?
The door.
Door. What's the wa?
The hook.
The hook or the nail or the to fasten, right?
Linchpin.
And then another dot on the end. So we have two doors, opening and shutting and the fastening. Right? That's all fulfilled in who? Yahushua. Okay? You cannot deny the wisdom of this Bible. That's true light being expressed to you. Right? That's the express image of the Son of God being expounded to you. But everyone wants to fall and lean on the beacon of Luciferianism, thinking that's some type of enlightenment and pleasure. This is the new age. It's just the perfect way to go. Right? The white man saying, follow me to the pits of hell. Right? Everyone wants to flock to that. Right? But we say nay. Revelation 2:24. I'm kind of just gonna jump through precepts now. I got a few, but I'm just gonna jump through them because I wanted to give us more to meet. So now we could kind of like get the clarity, kind of, from the precepts and the end to sum it all up. Go ahead.
This is Revelation chapter 2, verse 24. For unto you I say, and unto the rest in Thyatira, as many as have not this doctrine, and which have not known the depths of Satan.
See, which have not known the depths of Satan. See, what we're going over is the depths of Satan.
Right.
See, I had to pull out everything that came from the adversary that was adverse, the left hand being adverse with the right hand. See, Yahushua is going to regain his title back as the one who has the keys. He's going to regain his title back as the morning star. Right? He's going to regain that title. He is the beacon of the day. He is the day star. He is. He's that pinnacle. Not the so-called white man or any king that has ruled on this planet. Not Nebuchadnezzar, not any pharaoh, not Nimrod, not Cyrus, not Cambyses, not Alexander, right? Not any of the Caesars, not any of the presidents, not any of the sultans, not the popes. Yahushua is the sole ruler that was given the key from Yahweh, who was the eternal ruler to rule over this planet. Okay? But you got to know the depths of Satan to understand that. And not that white Jesus that's telling you you can eat pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, and put a Christmas tree in your house because that's the day he was born. No, that was Nimrod's day. Right? Try telling your people that. It's like pulling teeth. Try to pull that tree out. Man, you got to pull their teeth out.
Right.
Right? Go ahead.
Have not known the depths of Satan. As they speak, I will put upon you none other burden. Verse 25.
See, he's not going to put no other burden on this particular church because they're weak in certain areas of knowledge. So he's saying, listen, y'all don't understand the depths of Satan, so I'm not going to put no more burden on you. But guess what? Us in here in these times, wow, what did Solomon say? He said, the knowledge of, with knowledge cometh what? Sorrows. Much knowledge cometh much sorrow in Ecclesiastes 7. The more you know about the depths of Satan, the more you be like, some people are not going to get it though. But you know, the Lord will bear with them at that level. Some people are not on the level to see it all, to have the glasses taken off. They just, they stay right where they at, and the Lord don't want to give them no more burden. Maybe it's too much for them. The Lord is trying to get that soul into the kingdom. Right? But they ain't gonna put, he's not gonna put, you think he's gonna give a 65-year-old Israelite the baton to go out there and say, that's right, and go through all of the prophecies and break it down? They may know, but he's not gonna give that woman that much burden, or that 65-year-old man that's tired out and was working and grinding a millstone his whole life. He's not gonna put that much burden on you and that much sorrow on you. This is for the young. This is for the swift, right? So we got to go out there and we got to carry the burden, even for the elders. Right? So that's the delicate balance that he has set forth, right? Go ahead.
Verse 25. But that which ye have already hold fast till I come.
See that? That which you have already, hold fast till I come. Right? He's not saying be stagnant, but he's saying some people are not going to be able to open up all of the mysteries and the depths of Satan because it's too much for them. That's how bloody Satan is, man. Satan's a bloody creature. I don't like it. Pierces my ears. I'm trying to stay away from current events. When I hear about sacrificing children and I hear about the new vaccine, I got children of my own. I'm like, I don't want to hear that. I'm guarding my house, but I gotta know, because I gotta know what to guard my children from. But I hate hearing the depths of Satan, because he's that adverse against God, and he is being embodied, incarnated on the planet as the white man. And I gotta go to work, like, hey buddy, hey Jumbo, you got a fake smile, like, how you doing?
How was your weekend?
Yeah, how was your weekend? I was good. What were you doing? I
Prophesying.
saw you were out there with your buddies. What are you guys? A club? Are you one of those Israelites?
Like your game.
Yeah, you're a wrestling group? Man, we got a wrestling group before. Right? You guys wrestlers?
Rap group?
You got graduation from that.
Yeah, you guys graduated? Yeah.
You want to stand on the corner, dude.
Don't worry about it. I'm just gonna know who I am in that day, all right? My Lord will tell you. Right?
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations.
Right?
And he shall rule them with a rod of iron.
So just like the so-called white man is ruling nations and shaking kingdoms, we're gonna rule nations. We're going to ruffle the nation's feathers when they hear our truth. And we put down that Luciferianism. We destroy the idols, the weapons, and everything that comes with it. Go ahead.
And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. And he shall rule them with the rod of iron. As the vessel of a potter shall they be broken into shivers.
That rod of iron is the law. Go ahead.
Even as I received of my father. And I will give him the morning star.
And I will what?
And I will give him the morning star.
Giving him the morning star. Lucifer translates to the morning star, the son of the morning. But Yahweh Shai said, I'm going to give you the morning stars. Yahweh Shai said, I am Lucifer. No, he's not doing that. Lucifer has an origin. In the beginning, that star that shined, it had honest, pure definition. By the bewitching of naughtiness doth the bewitching of naughtiness doth obscure the things that are honest. Yahushua said, I'm going to give you the morning star, meaning you are going to be the pinnacle and the beacon of light to the world. What does that sound like? Matthew 5, verses 14. Right? We are the entrance into the kingdom, believe it or not. We are the sons and the daughters of God, the Israelites, the elect, I should say. Right? Matthew 5 and 14.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 14. Ye are the light of the world.
You are the what?
Ye are the light of the world.
We are the light of the world. We are the ones that shine forth in the midst of darkness. Right? Go ahead.
A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel.
So the Lord is saying, shine forth. You are the original light bearer because I gave you this light. I gave you my light. I put glory in you. I gave you a new mind. I gave you a new mouth. You are the spirit of my mouth. Now be that light to your people. 1 John 3 and 2. Job 3 and 8. And Proverbs 29. 1 John 3 and 2.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 3, verse 2. Beloved, now are we the sons of God.
Now are we the sons of God. Go ahead.
And it doth not yet appear what we shall be. But we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him. For we shall see him as he is. And every man that has this hope in him purified himself, even as he is pure.
See that? Just as he is the morning star, he is going to give us that same glory as the morning star. When he prayed in the Garden of Gethsemane, all those that the Father gave to him, they're not going to leave his hand. No one's going to pluck us out his hand, but we're going to be like Yahushua, joint heirs with them, and we're going to have the same kind of intellect and wisdom and knowledge as him, as the sons of God. We're going to be like it. We're not going to be him, but we're going to be like him. That's going to be given to us. We ain't saying we're going to be like you, like the wicked Luciferians are. We're going to be made like him through humility and being tried just like he was tried. And we're going to be rewarded that glory and that seat and that honor. Right?
Right.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 60 and verse 1. Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee.
There you go. That's going into us becoming that morning star. Those morning stars. Right? Job 3 and 8.
This is Job chapter 3, verse 8. Let them curse it that curse the day, who are ready to raise up the morning. Let the stars of the twilight thereof be dark. Let it look for light, but have none. Neither let it see the dawning of the day, because it shut not up the doors of my mother's womb.
Slow down a little bit. Read verse 8.
This is Job chapter 3, verse 8.
Yep.
Let them curse it that curse the day, who are ready.
So there are people that curse the day. Right? We call those people night crawlers. Right? There are people that curse the day. Right? Don't think that people are not created to be wicked and evil. Balaam went to go curse God's people. Right? The donkey said, "You fool, don't you see that angel ready to slay us, man?" But he was good. He was going to open his mouth. All he could do was bless. Right? But go ahead.
Let them curse it that curse the day, who are ready to raise up their mourning.
Who are ready to raise up their mourning. Right? Raise up their mourning, meaning they're miserable. Right? Now, look, when you look up this word mourning, right? If you go into the Strong's, it's the actual word Leviathan, which is the serpent. They're enchantments. These people, right? What they do is they look at Lady Gaga, rah, 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 whatever she's saying. She's one of those that curses the day. She wants to be a night crawler. She wants to live out her life on the left-hand side. And she wants to raise up her morning. She wants a miserable, dark world. That's the white man. He wants a dark, evil place. Right? That's what he wants. That's what he desires. Okay? He wants to continue this snowball effect of all of these kingdoms that keep trying to come up and rebel against God, but God keeps tearing it down through destruction. Everybody talking about the great reset. You know, the Lord just kept destroying kingdom after kingdom after kingdom because they wanted to lift up their mourning. They wanted to lift up their banner, their ensign against the Most High. They wanted to lift up that serpentine head, right? And exalt sorcery and put people under spells. That's what that scripture is talking about. Okay? But we are resistant to that because we have the truth, right? Next precept. Want you to go?
No, he had one more. Proverbs, I believe.
Yeah, Proverbs 29:2.
Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
See? Now we're mourning in this planet. Why? Because wickedness has lifted up the head. False light bearers are deceiving the world. People are bamboozled. Especially Jake. What did Yahweh Shai say about the elect going to be deceived in that day? He would deceive the very elect. Right? 2 Peter 1:19. John 1:7. When I call them, go from left to right. 2 Peter 1:19. John 1:7. And Barak, Genesis 32:24.
The book of 2 Peter, chapter 1, verse 19. We have also a more sure word of prophecy.
See, us as the Israelites, right, the elect, have a more sure word of prophecy. We have a more sure foundation and future than the hope for this place. There is no hope for this place.
Right.
So what they're trying to venerate is going to be put down. The white man is trying to upload his brain and his conscience inside a computer to live forever. You ever watch that movie Avatar? When that general woke up from his sleep, he said, "We'll revolt in hell." You know, he said, "We'll regroup in hell." The white man is not gonna stop. He believes that even if he were to upload his conscience in a computer, they're gonna find some type of intellectual way to come together and regroup wherever they at. They're freezing their bodies for the Lord's God's sake, man. They're freezing their bodies. Walt Disney is frozen somewhere in this earth. The Nazi Germany in COINTELPRO against the Lord. That's what they're trying to counter. They're trying to counter the intelligence of the scriptures, and you can't. It's already written. Right? They're going to regroup and come back. What? While Yahweh Shai sat on the throne? Imagine us 1,000 years into the kingdom. You see a white man come. We're back. Nigga, you're not coming back. We're back. Well, that might be what Terminator meant. I'll be back. Now you ain't coming back, bro. You ain't coming back in the body of a robot. You ain't coming back no kind of way. The Bible said this shall be none remaining of the house of Esau, Obadiah, verse 18. Tell us I'll be back. Right?
We're gonna seek him.
You ain't coming back, bro. 2 Peter 1:19. Go ahead.
2 Peter chapter 1, verse 19. We have also a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto ye do well that ye take heed, as unto a light that shineth in a dark place.
As unto a what?
A light that shineth in a dark place.
A light bearer. Go ahead.
Until the day dawn and the day star arise in your hearts.
Until the day dawn, meaning a new morning comes in, a new day coming in. This is a new day we're entering in. We're leaving the night and entering into the day. And the day star, which is the morning star, Yahweh Shai, the original light bearer, is arising in our hearts. See, the sun and the moon, they rise. And so the Venus before the sun, and that's the true rising of the light is in your heart. You got to embrace this truth and love in your heart and appreciate and adore your king for what he's done for you. Right? He's opened up so many doors for us. And he's shutting so many doors for the wicked. You don't realize you can get your new job. He opened the door for you.
Right.
To get more money, to get better, so you can have a little bit of lenience to get into the kingdom. It ain't about you turning up on Friday. It's about you at least having some type of leisure and some type of rest. He said he's never seen the righteous begging bread. Right? You ain't out there picking up cigarette butts, eating them. Because people do that.
All day and all night.
And we complain about every little problem that comes in our life, but the prophets were homeless. Elijah was fed with ravens.
He left the fisherman jobs.
Right, but guess what? In a dark world, in the time of 3.5 years famine, he had the day star in his heart. Because he understood what was light in that time of darkness too. Right? And so did all of the prophets. Right? And prophetesses. Right? Go ahead. On to the day star rising up. Genesis 32:24, Barak. So that also, huh? Oh, John 1:7. Salaki.
This is John chapter 1, verse 7. The same came for a witness to bear witness of the light.
See, John came to bear witness of the light. Go ahead.
That all men through him might believe.
See, that all men through him might believe. That all men is Israel. Go ahead.
He was not that light, but was sent to bear witness of that light.
See, John wasn't that light, not the Messiah, the light of the Messiah. He wasn't technically the morning star, but go ahead.
That was the true light, which lighteth every good man that cometh into the world.
See, Yahweh Shai was the true light that lighteth every man that cometh into the world. Cometh into what world? This knowledge and wisdom, the world that the Lord loved. That arrangement. The true arrangement, the true decor that the Lord is trying to design and paint and decorate across this planet. He wants more of you and your children to populate this earth, the righteous seed. Right? That world that we're entering into. Right? Transforming from the age of darkness into light by way of being enlightened by the true morning star and letting that day star arise in our hearts as the day dawns. Right? Genesis 32:24.
Genesis chapter 32 and verse 24. And Jacob was left alone, and there wrestled the man with him until the breaking of the day. And when he saw that he prevailed not against him, he touched the hollow of his thigh, and the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of joint.
So Jacob was wrestling this angel until the what? Breaking of the day. Right? Go ahead.
And the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of joint as he wrestled with him. And he said, Let me go, for the day breaketh. And he said, I will not let thee go, except thou bless me. And he said unto him, What is thy name? And he said, Jacob. And he said, Thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel. For as a prince hast thou power with God and with men, and hast prevailed.
Right. So as the day broke, and if you read further on your own, he called the name of that place Panah. Right? Because the day turned from night until day. But when does Venus appear? Before the sun rises. Okay? So let's go to Job 38:6. And Barak, look at the word cornerstone. We started kind of late, so sorry I'm late. I wanted to start at 7:30, but Brother got here like around 9.
This is Job chapter 38, verse 6. Whereupon are the foundations thereof fastened.
Whereupon are the foundations fastened? Right now, this is going into creation, but we got to also understand what the word world means and what our world is fastened on. It's fastened on the faith of Abraham. Right? Abraham being betwixt Adam and Yahweh Shai, he was the centerpiece of publishing all of that, right? And so Isaac was promised to him, right? What did Yahweh Shai say? He said, Abraham rejoiced to see my day, because he was promised to have a son. And Abraham rejoiced in Genesis 21. That's how you know Yahweh Shai was Isaac. Abraham rejoiced and celebrated because that was the son of promise. It went over their heads, man. Went over their heads. And see, Abraham was looking unto the day of Yahweh Shai, when all people, when the promises will come and we will be redeemed from under this corruption. Right? Go ahead.
Or who laid the cornerstone thereof?
See, who laid the cornerstone? Right? The cornerstone is Yahweh Shai, which represents everything we build our foundation off. Right? So this word of truth, is everything that we need to stand on. That's why he said to stand steadfast upon my words. You have kept my word and not denied me. Right? Look at that word cornerstone, Barak. What's that word?
So corner is H6438. That is Panah, which is corner. It is of ruler or of chief, figuratively. There's also bulwark, chief, chieftain, or tower. And then stone is a bun, which is H68. It is a stone, hewn stone, precious stones. There's also
right. That's good. So I want a corner because it represents a pillar or something that a pin. This is when you get the root word pinnacle. My name Panah, right? As it's multifold, right? So at the pinnacle of the day, when the day broke, this is when the morning star appeared. This is when Jacob received his very name Israel, right? This is when he received the revelation of who he was, right? I want to go to the Sirach 50. I'm trying to move fast here. Sirach 50 and 1, really quick. Just want to show you, when the Lord adorns you and blesses you, and the children of Israel enter into their kingdom or enter into, what can I say, rest, or some sense of when we rebuilt the temple, right? When we began to overcome our oppression against our enemies and adversaries, like in the days of Judges, like in the times of the Greeks, right? We begin to rejoice and we no longer mourn. That's going to happen again. But I want to give you just something, a little preface of the kingdom, right? And what this time was likened unto, right? Sirach 50 and 1, really quick.
This is Sirach chapter 50, verse 1. Simon the high priest, the son of Onias, who in his life repaired the house again, and in his days fortified the temple. Mm-hmm. And by him was built from the foundation the double height, the high fortress, and the wall about the temple. In his days, the cistern to receive water, being compassed as the sea, was covered with plates of brass.
So this is after they restored, the Maccabees cleansed the temple when the Greeks corrupted and polluted it, right? Go ahead.
He took care of the temple that should
He took care of the temple that it should not fall.
And fortified the cities against besieging. How was he honored in the midst of the people in his coming out of the sanctuary? He was as the morning star.
He was what?
He was as the morning star,
right,
in the midst of a cloud, and as the moon as at the full.
You see, you ever see the lights or a star or something beaming through the clouds? It's like it's a brilliance in the midst of something that's kind of clogging its brilliance, right? But he was like a morning star when there was all types of chaos and corruption around him, and even in the times of the Greeks ruled, right? But he still beamed as the morning star, right? So Yahweh Shai is likening us as we overcome this world. He's likening us as the same type of brilliance, as the same type of brilliance of the glory that will be revealed in us. Our intellect, our wisdom, our stature is going to be like that morning star, the pinnacle of light, the beacon of light as the day turns, right? Go to the next verse really quick, Brother Bishop.
Verse 7. As the sun shining upon the temple of the Most High, and as the rainbow giving light in the bright clouds, and as the flower of roses in the spring of the year, as lilies by the rivers of waters, and as the branches of the frankincense.
Jump down to verse 13.
Verse 13. So were all the sons of Aaron.
Read it slower.
So were all the sons of Aaron.
So even the sons of Aaron were likened unto this glory. They were like morning stars. Right? Go ahead.
And their glory, and the oblations of the Lord in their hands before all the congregation of Israel.
So now, Apiyah, go to the next link. I'm going to show y'all something. This is another left hand ceremony. It's real quick. YouTube short. You got it? After Sirach 50. Yeah, they will. As he goes there, go to Genesis chapter 28 and 10. As we wait for that.
Read it. Yep. It's the book of Genesis, chapter 28, verse 10. And Jacob went out from Beersheba and went toward Haran. And he lighted upon a certain place and tarried there all night, because the sun was set. And he took of the stones of that place and put them for his pillows, and lay down in that place to sleep. And he dreamed, and behold, a ladder set up on earth, and the top of it reached to heaven.
Now he was in Bethel. This is the place where the temple was built, right? And he took stones and he set them up for his pillow. And he eventually anoints these stones, right? Keep going. These stones, when they anoint something and they choose something, the Israelites consider this a special, particular, holy, sacred artifact. Okay? Go ahead.
And behold, the angels of God ascending and descending on it.
So when he's sleeping on this stone, he has a dream and the angels are ascending and descending, right? He's seeing like heaven is opened, right? Go ahead.
Verse 13. And behold, the Lord stood above it and said, I am the Lord God of Abraham, thy father, and the God of Isaac. The land whereon thou liest, to thee will I give it, and to thy seed. And thy seed shall be as the dust of the earth, and thou shalt spread abroad to the west, and to the east, and to the north, and to the south. And in thee and in thy seed shall all the families of the earth be blessed. Mm-hmm. And behold, I am with thee, and will keep thee in all places whither thou goest.
Is that talking about just him or us too? Us too. Go ahead.
And will bring thee again into the land, for I will not leave thee until I have done that which I have spoken to thee of.
Keep going.
And Jacob awaked out of his sleep, and he said, surely the Lord is in this place, and I knew it not.
See, surely the Lord was in this place, and I knew it not, until he fell asleep, and his spirit was still awake, and the Lord gave him that revelation. But the reason why I wanted to go here, press play on that really quick to show you these Luciferians, man, King Charles, right? Because remember, the house of David went to the Iberian Peninsula. Remember, King James was an Israelite, right?
The Stone of Scone, an oblong block of sandstone and an ancient symbol of Scotland's monarchy, will be positioned underneath the coronation chair. It was used for the inaugurations of Scottish kings hundreds of years ago, but was seized by King Edward I of England in 1296.
Did you see the stone that was under the inauguration chair? Israelites brought that stone there. Okay? And they still, Esau, remember, he envies Jake and has to emulate Jake, but on the left-hand side. Now, that stone is said to be it's called the coronation stone. That stone is said to be the stone or the artifact that was with the children of Israel when they will inaugurate their chiefs and their kings from the times of Jacob. Okay? Go to 1 Corinthians chapter 10. Now we know there's a spiritual rock, which is the foundation of Christ, right? But if you go back to that chair so they can see that stone.
Despite his attempt,
I don't care about the fake history of Esau. I just want to show that chair, right? Because this goes when King Charles and them when they do their coronation, that stone is still under that chair, and they do their rituals of them now being the next king in line. Them sitting on Israel's seat. See, we're the real morning star, but they're portraying themselves as they are the morning stars. You get what I'm saying? That's why it says the stars of heaven shall fall. They are technically stars and light beings of this time, but on the left-hand side. See, go through the chair. Now you see the stone under it, where it said coronation ceremonies is that little grave. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right in the middle, right?
You see that? Yep. Mm-hmm. That's the coronation stone. Right? Well, Israelites had that. Right?
Coronation.
Coronation means to crown. I mean, when the next person is crowned. Right? That's where you get the coronavirus, corona, the beer.
Corona in Spanish.
Crown. Mm-hmm. It's Latin. Spanish, right? Because they brought the house of David ruled Spain, right? And all of the isles outside of the Iberian Peninsula. But that was an Israelite ritual, and that was culture that was connected to Israelite culture. But who came and sat on that seat and then started to invest in their humanism period in the Enlightenment age, professing to be the light bearers? Them. Okay? And that stone is said, and I'm saying that particular stone, but the Israelites, whether it was something ceremonial as representing the stone or the actual stone, that is a known fact that was what that stone represented in Genesis 28. Okay? So that's them saying, I'm going to do what? Exalt my throne above the stars of God, the children of Israel. The Luciferians. Okay? Where I tell you to go?
1 Corinthians.
1 Corinthians 10 and 1.
1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 1. Moreover, brethren, I will not that you should be ignorant how that all our fathers were under the cloud, and all passed through the sea, and all were baptized unto Moses in the cloud and in the sea, and did all eat the same spiritual meat, and did all drink the same spiritual drink, for they drank of that spiritual rock that followed them, and that rock was Christ.
See, now this is spiritual, it's talking about the spiritual rock, but it's also going into that same rock or the coronation stone. Yahweh Shai is the one who is going to be crowned. He's going to take the crowns. He was crowned by the Lord to have all power, all dominion, all authority, right? But here you have these Luciferians. The stone ain't under here for no reason, because they're saying that they're the rock and foundation. They are the anointed ones that's appointed to rule this earth. That's why that rock is in it. When they get go through their coronation service, they sit on that. Okay? But we know that the true rock is Christ, because that's where the true that's when the heavens, when Christ sits down in that same place where Jacob was, that's the true opening of the heavens, when Yahweh Shai sits in that particular place, which is Zion, which is the city of David. That's where he was in Bethel, right? Let's go to, I'm gonna close out soon. Just bear with me, y'all. We started a bit late. Deuteronomy 32 and 15.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 15. But Jeshurun waxed fat and kicked. Thou art waxen fat. Thou art grown thick. Thou art covered with fatness. Then he forsook God which made him, and lightly esteemed the rock of his salvation.
He lightly esteemed the rock of his salvation.
Wow.
The one who the one who gave you everything, the one who was your foundation, that corner that the Most High laid that foundation, the faith of Abraham that came, Isaac and Jacob, you forsook that. That was the rock of your salvation. That was where you were supposed to run to in your days of trouble. To this. If you ever fell off and fell away, you could run back and stay there. See, out there is a wild jungle. Wolves out, you sheep, they hunting you for this. But you forsook that. You forsook the man who was supposed to be seated on that seat. Right. The true morning star. Right? But you wanted to go follow after the wisdom of the left-hand Luciferian system versus the true anointed one of God. Because there's a left-hand Christ and there's a right-hand Christ. So our people are worshiping the left-hand Christ, that white image Caesar Borgia. Right? We're going to speed it up. Job 11:13. Read through 17. Give me Sirach 24 and 32. Job 11:13 through 17. Sirach 24:32. Kawan, you assistant on reading in Samaki Allah. John 1 and 9. 1 John 2 and 8. Almost done.
11:13. It's the book of Job, chapter 11, verse 13. If thou prepare thine heart and stretch out thine hands towards him, if iniquity be in thine hand, put it far away, and let no wickedness dwell in thy tabernacle.
Run back to the rock of your salvation. Go ahead.
Verse 15. For then shalt thou lift up thy face without spot. Yea, thou shalt be steadfast and shalt not fear.
Because you've come to him with a contrite heart. Go ahead.
Because thou shalt forget thy misery and remember it as water that pass away. And thine age shall be clearer than the noonday. Thou shalt shine forth.
What? Thou shalt what?
Thou shalt shine forth. Thou shalt be as the morning.
There you go. Thou shalt shine forth. Thou shalt be as the morning. Okay? So we can get back to that that luminance. Right? We can definitely be that luminary. Right? Set up on high, like the stars of heaven, like the Lord promised to Abraham. Next verse, next scripture.
Sirach
24:32.
This is Sirach chapter 24, verse 32. I will yet make doctrine to shine as the morning, and will send forth her light afar off. I will yet pour out doctrine as prophecy, and leave it to all ages forever.
See that? Gonna leave this wisdom and this knowledge and this understanding to all ages forever. The heaven, though heaven and earth pass away, he said, my words will never pass away. These words is what keeps this earth fastened. Because if they practice these laws, then we wouldn't have the issues that we're in today. Heaven and earth wouldn't pass away because these words are what created what we see. Okay? Next precept.
Book of John, chapter 1 and verse 9. That was the true light, which lighteth every man that cometh into the world.
Oh, we already read that. Salakia. 1 John 2 and 8.
1 John 2 and 8. 1 John chapter 2, verse 8. Again, a new commandment I write unto you, which thing is true, is him and in you, because the darkness is past, and the true light now shining.
See, the true light, not this false light, this wannabe enlightenment era, right? The true light have entered into us. Because there's someone portraying to be light, but is deceiving the world. Okay? Deuteronomy 33 and 2. Start from left to right. Proverbs 6 and 23. Isaiah 8 and 20, Barak.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 33, verse 2. And he said, the Lord came from Sinai and rose up from Seir unto them. He shined forth from Mount Paran.
See, he shined forth. What does Lucifer mean? Shining forth. He's the one that shined forth. Right? Go ahead.
And he came with 10,000 of saints. From his right hand went a fiery law for them.
See, from his right hand, which represents righteousness, which represents Yahweh Shai, came a fiery law. From him came a fiery law out of his right hand. That fiery law, which was the torch, the true torch in the midst of darkness, right? Fiery also because it purifies and also consumes. Okay? Proverbs 6 and 23.
This is Proverbs chapter 6 verse 23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instructions are the way of life.
See that? That's the way of life. Reproof of instructions. The Lord teaching you to do what's right when you go wrong. That's your light, right? The true light. Go ahead. Isaiah 8 and 20.
Isaiah chapter 8 and verse 20. To the law and to the testimony. If they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them.
There's no true light in these leaders. The king of Babylon today, sitting in his power, reigning with all power, lying wonders and signs. There is no light in him. But he's claiming to be the light bearer. And our people are being deceived. So therefore they're in delusion and will perish with him and shall not be saved. That's what the scriptures say. Right? Go to the next link really quick. I got like 4 more precepts and we out of here. Go to the next link. Oh, he already see the use. Now, everybody see this, right? When you go to the movies or you turn on your TV, this is what you see. The light bearer. Colombo. Columbia Pictures. You see that? Yeah. What does Columbia mean? This is Ishtar, the Statue of Liberty, etc. This is Luciferianism in your face when you go show your kids movies at the theaters. Right? Go to the next link. Right? Columbia comes from the word dove. Now, the Catholic Church, they took the symbol, the dove, when they used to read the scriptures, the Holy Spirit came upon Yahweh Shai like a dove.
Right.
And they took that and then they corrupted it and venerated the mother goddess, right? And her new emblem in these times was the dove, because she was the falcon in ancient Egypt. That's what her with the winged falcon, that was Isis. Now remember I said before, right? Columbine, right? Popular name of a garden flower from Old French Columbine, or directly from medieval Latin Columbina, from late Latin Columbina verbena, feminine of Latin Columbinus, literally dove-like, from Columba, dove. Y'all see that?
Right.
Right? So now her spirit avatar is a dove. Okay? So remember when the school shooting happened in Columbine, okay? When you go into Columbia, District of Columbia, DC, the Three Frogs that leap, right? The military base is the city-state, Washington, DC. The banking is inner London, right? And the religious society is the Vatican, right? But they have all types of Masonic rituals. When them kids, when them killed them kids in the Columbine, Colorado, that was to venerate the mother goddess, and that's why when they commemorate her memory, what do? They release doves, okay, in Columbine. That's all a sacrifice. The kids were sacrificed, right?
Oh.
When you go into ISIS, when they go into places and blow stuff up, right? They venerate Isis, the mother goddess. That ain't no terrorist group. They're funding them, right? A couple years ago, they attacked a place in India by the Colombo, India, or something like that. Killed like 200 people, and said it was in the name of ISIS. Yeah, y'all did that in the name of ISIS to venerate the mother goddess. Luciferianism. Okay. Shaking kingdoms. Okay. Shaking kingdoms. Next precept, really quick. Salakia. I know y'all want to throw me out this window. 2 Corinthians 11 and 14. Now, I paraphrased this scripture, but I want to get to that. And then go to the next slide, the next link.
This book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 14. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light.
See, Satan himself has transformed into an angel of light. Now, I asked, y'all know Tamario from Clubhouse, right?
Right.
I asked him, what does Helen mean? He said Greek. I said, okay. I ain't even going to go too in depth with what I was trying to bring out. But let's see what the word Helen means. I know where it originates and things of that nature, right? But let's see what it actually means. It says feminine proper name from French Helene, from Latin Helena, from Greek Helene, proper name, probably feminine of Helenos, the bright one. Y'all see that, right? In Greek legend, the sister of Castor and Pollux and wife of Menelaus, king of Sparta. Her elopement with Paris, y'all get it. So Helen, right, goes all the way back to the 8th century BC. Okay? All the way back. Now, the reason why I brought that up was because what's the Greek word for neither Jew nor Greek? It's Helen. So when the children of Israel were Hellenized, they were given an enlightenment, just like we were given by force and then enlightened with different education. Some of our people became Hellenes and Hellenized. Some of our people remained a Jew, right? So I wanted to bring that out to show you even the name Helen goes back to the bright one. Hayallah, Lucifer. No, enlighten yourself with this knowledge, besides the knowledge that your forefathers established with you, right? The law that shines forth as a burning lamp, right? But what's that modern day, what's that ancient burning lamp? Go to the next link, and then I got 2 more precepts and we out. Who are they venerating in the Olympics? Who are they venerating with these images? Columbia, Statue of Liberty, right? The 5 rings that represent the 5 planets of Olympia, which is the left hand, Mount Zion. You got Mount Olympus, where they're God's judge, and you got Mount Zion, where the gods are going to judge, right? You see, so I'm just showing the visuals to show you this is the Lucifer that is talking about. It's the body of this knowledge and this wisdom, right? All embodied by the white man and adopted by the white man that came from ancient Babylon, that was taught, right? And he is just embodying it and mimicking it to oppress the Hebrews, to oppress the people of promise with false knowledge, right? That same knowledge that was in the garden when he said, you ain't gonna die. No, come on, be a Helen. Enlighten yourself. Open up your eyes, right? That came with a price, right? You're gonna perish. But I ain't gonna go to that video with this Edomite with little shorts on, running around with a torch. He has a torch in his hand. But I just wanted to show you how they try to mimic that this represents their law and their life and their wisdom, right? As the torch, right? And they hand down this torch, right? From kingdom to kingdom, nation to nation, right? They actually go and give other nations and kings torches, right? When they accept the torch, right? That's satanic. That's wicked. That's Luciferianism. Right? See him? You think he just got some little fire on there? No, that they're doing sacrifices and all that right now. Right? 1992 Barcelona Olympics. Right? Yeah, somebody got sacrificed. Right? Lucifer. Okay? What's he doing right there? The mighty hunter, making war with God. That's Osiris. The constellation. Boom. See? Look at that. The Lord is looking down like the Tower of Babel is still there. I'm going to cast them into confusion again through my son, and I'm going to take them down. Right? You see that? You can see it clear now, right? Y'all understand?
Too clear. Come on.
Right.
Morning.
Right. I'm gonna skip over that next link up here. But look, if you want, look up what the Age of Enlightenment was. It's the reason why it was called the Age of Enlightenment, because they knew they were coming as Lucifer. Right? Look at the founding fathers of America. Go to that picture. Right? So you got the scientific revolution. Right? Don't think that the 1800s was just there for no reason. That was one of the most wickedest centuries. Right? That's when he was accomplishing his diligent search in them pyramids, right? Accomplishing a diligent search in science, right? Doing experiments on the slaves here, opening up their brain. Look, see, this is Lucifer right there, calling himself the son of the morning, the enlightened ones, right? The Helens. Okay, look at him, wicked, death. Right? No hope. The Lord, though he sought it carefully with tears, you can't get that birthright back, man. You sold it for a morsel of meat. Okay? And you were Cain in the beginning. You have to be judged sevenfold because of you shedding your brother's blood, and you're still doing it, which shows you're not remorseful. Okay? You're still pursuing your brother with the sword. That's why the Lord elected the brother over you. The younger brother, he said, I'm going to make sure y'all come back. Cain came first, Abel came second. Now you're going to come. Esau came first. I'm going to make sure your brother rule over you and supplant you. Right? Because you said, am I my brother's keeper? Right? See how the Bible is fluid? Bible is fluid and fair. What about everybody? What about them? The Lord said, your brother's blood cried to me from the ground. And our blood is still crying from the ground. And they still say, am I my brother's keeper? No reparations. Can't give him none back.
Amos said he forgot the brotherly love.
Yeah, they forgot the brotherly love, man. Right? That goes all the
Look
way
how
back
deep
to
the strategy that is so long ago. And we could just wake up and like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
How the weak have to strategize that hard.
Yep. The Lord said that he will take him that is a base and set him on high. He said that I ruleth in the kingdom of men. The Lord did that to show us what we did by going off. All right, so let's go to Isaiah 65 and 14, Proverbs 4 and 18, and then we out. We made it, y'all. There are no claps. Oh, y'all gonna kill y'all brother, huh?
Isaiah 65 and 14.
Yep.
There's a book of Isaiah chapter 65 and 14. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart. And shall
my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but you, the enlightened ones, Lucifer, right, shall cry for the sorrow of heart. That's your end. Our beginning is joy. Right? Go ahead.
and shall howl for vexation of spirit.
Shall howl for vexation of spirit. Go ahead.
And ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen. For the Lord God shall slay thee, and call his servants by another name. That he who hath blessed him, who blesseth himself in the earth, shall bless himself in the God of truth. And he that sweareth in the earth shall swear by the God of truth.
See, we're swearing by the God of truth, the true morning star, right? Because we know the end for these Luciferians, right? These wannabe light bearers shining forth to be destroyed, right? Go ahead.
Because the former troubles are forgotten, and because they are hid from my eyes.
Right. All right, Proverbs 4:18.
This is Proverbs chapter 4, verse 18. But the path of the just is as the shining light that shineth more and more unto the perfect day.
Read that one more time. We enter into a perfect day because the day star rose in our hearts. Now we wrestling with the angel now, but we ain't gonna let him go till he bless us. Now we got a shriveled up thigh on Jake walk with a limp. But guess what? We ain't gonna let him go till he bless us. Right? Until that day star appear. And then he grants us with the glory of the morning star and give us the enlightenment and reveal us the host of heaven. And the tabernacles of God gonna be with the children of Israel. And we're gonna rule forever. Ain't gonna be none of the worrying about what I'll be back. He ain't coming back. Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy Krueger, none of that. He ain't gonna attack us in the dreams. You ain't gonna have a nightmare in the kingdom. You ain't gonna
Make us sweat.
Yeah.
You're gonna have good sleep. Right? Go ahead. When it get dark, you ain't gonna be scared. Women ain't gonna hold their purse tight.
Right.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 37 and verse 10. For yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Yea, thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be.
There you go. That's a great precept. So, Nathal wants to present something that Brother DeRock from Seattle and other brothers have been working on in the IT department, and we want to present it to you. And it's not fully, done as of yet. We got more ideas for it, but Rum Gadol Gabarim has an official rumgadolgabarim.com. Okay.
Y'all put it up, the website.
I'll use it back.
Yes, sir.
And going up.
He gone.
He'll be back.
So we said, Brother The Rock from Washington, y'all know him as With God. That's his name on Clubhouse and whatnot. He's the one who put this together. There's gonna be links such as the calendar, classes that you can quickly go to. We have books that we use for classes, even merchandise that we're gonna try to sell, such as clothing. Our contact information and our YouTube will all be on there. So hopefully you can put this as a PDF also. I mean, as a QR code for our flyers, so people can go right to this. They can get our information. So we just put it up today. We opened it up today for everybody to now you're able to access it.
Right.
So the brother The Rock, once again, he's the one who took the time to put this together. I hope brothers and sisters enjoy it.
Water Akim, water IT.
Water.
That did y'all thing, man.
And there's gonna be more added to it as we go along with
Oh my
the
gosh.
classes and things of that nature.
I got arrested. That was right.
What's that anyway? Yeah, that's a lot.
So the website is
Is it pictures?
rump.com. Pictures will be uploaded of everything that's going on.
Yeah, profile pictures.
When we do our food and gold drives, those are gonna be up there so people know where to go.
Valentine's. We got a
That's
Valentine's
called-
special?
It's called Ungodly Holidays. That's the link. So
Nah,
it shows
we got
the
a
history.
Valentine's special.
Shows the history of the
holidays.
What we selling?
the paganism.
Wow.
Discount on
That's
Valentine's clothes?
Yo, can we get profiles?
Profile. I mean,
That'd be dope.
there's more things that we're trying to add to it.
So like a little bio, you know what I'm saying? A little bio.
We got a Valentine's discount special. Fresh.
You know what I'm saying?
Nice rich.
Shalom.
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 Like I said, it's
Hey,
still working on it.
Yeah, we gotta change that.
As long as it's not shalom.
Right, shalom.
That Valentine's threw me off. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah, write that down as a note about the shalom.
I mean, he's watching it, so he probably.
Oh, yeah,
most of them. But we'll I'll put that in the group text.
2023, baby.
No, that's fine. Oh, that's dope.
Calendar. Rock, you ready? Get it ready, huh?
Yeah. And like I said, it won't be our camp merchandise is not going to be on it. It's going to be the extra stuff. Like we even have we'll have the bar locks stuff up there, as well as the extra stuff that we can wear just to hang out. But the official stuff that we wear for camp, that's not going to be for everybody to access.
Fridges on teeth.
But
It's not
We should cut this part out. Cut this part of the lesson out.
it's advertising.
Huh?
It's
Advertise it a little bit and cut the rest out.
I gotta cut your voice off. Well, we all set. We can close out now.
They brought up the Valentine's.
Right.
Imagine upon them up with them. This is Psalm chapter 134. Behold, bless ye the Lord, all ye servants of the Lord, which by night stand in the house of the Lord. Lift up your hands in the sanctuary and bless the Lord. The Lord that made heaven and earth, bless thee out of Zion. In the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, the water to the earth. Amen.
Ahmad Shabbat. Ahmad Barak.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatah.